All right. I don't want that. Turn that off. Thank you. Oh, God. Hey, Lee, how's it going? There's the link to the stream if anyone wants to join in. Oh, man. I was in Pepino's backstage, man. He put me in the backstage and he didn't click me in, so I couldn't get in and finish out. I had copied and pasted his URL, so I was ready to go. And if we had to invite people back or whatever, we could have kept the stream going, but it didn't happen. Pepino never charges his phone, man. I don't know. But anyway, guys, when I came down, I was kind of waiting for him to come on, and I was upstairs sorting. Hey, what, Truth? How's it going? And Big Ray's Ball Cards and Auctions. How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. I can chat for a little bit. It's already 10 o'clock here. But I was in Pepino's, and of course his phone went dead, as usual. Now, I don't know. He schedules it, but he doesn't schedule his phone charging. I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, W Vogs, how's it going? Yeah, I hear you about being tired, man. I usually come home from work and I crash, for a little bit. TV ends up watching me, All right, let's do this. Let's move these. So Pepino was on with Mike, the baseball collector, I guess. It's kind of what he goes by, right? I'm watching old baseball on Fox, getting ready for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Opening day is nothing special for me anymore. It holds no special significance anymore. My audio good, by the way, guys? Sorry about that. Extreme close-up. I'm just moving the microphone around in case that's the one that I'm using versus the one in the camera. I'm good. All right, thanks. So yeah, Pepino and them were talking about complete sets and birth year complete sets and stuff like that. And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get down here, and he wasn't throwing up his link. I scrolled back, his link wasn't up, so I couldn't get in right away. And then he gave the old 10-minute warning on his phone life, and connected doesn't crash like a certain someone a few minutes ago. I know. So they were talking about complete sets. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get down my Topps complete sets I know I have a 78 set somewhere too. Someone asked me if I had like a birth year set. No, I have a bunch of cards, but not a complete set that I know of. I'd have to really go through them and check, but I'm pretty sure I don't have a complete 59 top set. But 78. I got them lined up over here. Oh yeah. So if you just go from, I know I have a 78 set. I think it's in a binder upstairs. So I got 79. I haven't put an 81 together, so I have to really look. I probably have a complete 80 set somewhere. Then I got 81. Probably have an 82 somewhere, but I haven't put it together yet. I'm sure I have an 83 set, just not put together yet. Then I got 84, 85. I'm almost starting to have an 86 set, just not put together yet. 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. And then it's like missing 93, 94. I got a 95 set. And then there's a gap 96, 97, 98, 99. Then it starts at 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Missing 2004. Whoops, and 2005. And then I got 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I'm missing 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 2021. So I don't have a whole lot of newer stuff from 2000 on. Those complete sets are factory sets that I happen to pick up. I started picking them up. Actually, a couple years ago, I was buying them here and there. Hey, Alex, how's it going? By any chance, do you have 66-year Mickey Mantle? I got to find my Mantle cards. I got, like I said, I think I have 10 playing year Mantle card, different ones, and 11 total. I got the 68, no 69, which was his last year. I think I have a 65. I might have the 66. Nothing. I mean, some of them are all-star cards, stuff like that. They're not like the base card, but they might be an all-star card from 59 or something like that, or 58. But the 66, I don't know. I have to look. I got to jog my memory. I might have the 66 one. I got to see what the borders look like that. Oh, no. Year set? No. Not even close. I just recently passed on a guy who was selling 44 years worth of Topps baseball sets. But it was from 1996 to like 2019 or 2020. So my 69 Mantle is my favorite in my PC from the day I got it. The 69, so you had the white letters or the yellow letter Mantle. Yeah. I was lucky. I was able to pick up Mantle cards, at flea markets for like $10 from guys that were selling them. And these guys were guys that had cards that they were selling. And I was like, $10? Yeah, sure, why not? Hey, Goody G, how's it going? By the way, I saw, I don't want to pass him over. Where's he at? Henry S. is here, but I saw Jeff McMahon's in the room. Hello, new to the channel and really enjoy your videos. All right, well, thanks, Jeff. I see you're a Detroit Tigers fan, too. Very nice. I think I picked up a Tiger player this past weekend. I think it was from Detroit. Before I forget. So, guys, I found some more error cards. Well, one error card. No, I got to hold it up here. So this is Carlos Beltran. And then Johnny Damon on the Beltran card. Then we flip it over. There's the Beltran back, right? Matches. Flip this one over, and it's got Damon on the back. It's got the wrong front. It's got Beltran on the front with Damon's name. It's pretty cool. You never know. So that's some more for the binder. The white, the not as expensive one. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, they're hard to get. Plus, the wax packs are also hard to find. So anyway, this guy was selling 44 sets from 1976 on, and I was looking at, like, what am I going to gain if I buy this? He wanted $2,500. He wanted for me, not budging. 2,500 bucks firm. Well, I probably have a 76 set. I just have to go start pulling my cards out and start putting them together, collating them. I just stumbled across it. Sorting through cards, and I'm like putting them all together, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, bang, bang, bang. And even then I didn't notice. I was just putting them all together, and then, then I started thumbing through them again. I'm like, wait, that's different. That's unusual. Okay. And I just stumbled across it. No, you have no flea markets near you, Alex? So I went to, if you saw, well, I didn't post the video yet. Sorry, guys. But I went to an antique store this past Sunday because it was rainy, it was miserable, and it was inside. So, and I picked up some stuff, and but I did show this. I just didn't record the video of everything that I saw in the store. But I picked up this 81 Kellogg's 3D set. So that's pretty cool. It's the complete set, and these are in immaculate shape, like really good. 66 of them. They're from 1981, but still, when I see the cards loose, at places, flea markets or whatever, I pick them up. So now I got the complete set, and I really don't have to worry about picking up any singles or anything like that. I don't know what I did with the stuff from the auction this past week. Oh, and maybe you guys can help me. Somebody, I forget who it was because I couldn't find the video again. Somebody, I thought it was like a Yankees fan person, but I couldn't find it. Wanted to see like your 20 shiniest cards. He was having some kind of giveaway, and he wanted you to make a video showing your 20 shiniest cards. So I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. And then I went and tried to find the video. I can't find it again to see who it was, so I could make the video and submit it. So I'm like, dang it. Do you guys remember? Have you seen anything like that? Like anyone's been doing that? I don't remember who it was. That's why you are the boom of all slangs. Yeah. Yankees 42. All right. Thank you, Elite Hunters. I knew it was Yankee something, and I'm like, what Yankee was it? What Yankee was it? So I pulled out some cards. I just got to make the video. I'm like, what cards do I want? Like, he said we could use these Elite cards. It's kind of shiny, but it's in its holder, so it's a little bit hard to see the shine. But this is a nice shiny one, right? The Frank Thomas Crown Contender from Score Select 94. Here's a nice shiny one. Frank Thomas got a little shine on it. This is in an old holder, so I got to take it out. It's a nice shiny Frank Thomas. Mickey Mantle, whatever the Mantle was. From Upper Deck. And that happened to be the Electric Diamond one. This nice Frankie, shiny Frank Thomas, like long ball leaders. It's got some shine in the background. This one doesn't have too much shine. It's not a refractor or anything like that, but it's a chrome card. And same with this, and this not a refractor, but it's a chrome card, so it's got some shine to it. So I wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do. 90 Pacific prisms were really shiny. Yeah, I had a bunch of them too, but I was just sticking with a couple that I had already pulled out. You know, like I got Jeter sitting in the box here. I got these Griffies sitting in the box. So he said we could use the Fleer Flares. This one's just got the shiny foil for the top and bottom for the top's black gold. This is just shiny, foil all around. Here's a nice little shiny one. The camera doesn't do it as much justice, or that they're in the case. I would take them out for the video, but this has, some nice shine around it, but it's, again, the cases aren't doing it much justice. Here's a chrome card, Bowman Chrome. So it's got some shine to it, but it's not a refractor. This one's not a refractor, but it's actually shiny if you get it out of the thing. Here's a shiny Power Brokers. I think that's from Topps. Yes, Topps. I know someone, I think, was asking about, no, this is the Upper Deck. It's got a hologram in there. That kind of makes it a little shiny. This is pretty nice. Let me take it out. I don't know if foils count. I don't know. He said it. He was talking about refractors and stuff, and she just said just shiny cards. But then he was allowing the Fleer Flares because they had a kind of a shine to them. I don't know if they had to be rookie cards either. I forget. I have to watch this video again. But that's a nice shiny, foily background around the kid. Just turn that price tag around to the back side. There we go. So my penny sleeves are supposed to arrive today, and they didn't arrive. Here's the Griffey Jr. long ball leader. And here's the Griffey, Stadium Club Chrome. And he said we could use the foil cards like the Jeter rookie. So I'm like, well, if he's going to allow the Jeter rookie, why can't we use the Chipper one too? Here's the Topps like gold label Chipper, nice and shiny. This is, I always like these. These are cool. These are from Pinnacle Duflex, I believe they call that type of imaging. He said we could use this one here, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to use this one here too. Any Phil Gardner's. There he is, no Phil Gardner shiny cards. And then I just went through a whole bunch of Jeter shinies. I'm like, yeah, well, I can just rip out a whole bunch of Jeters because I recently picked up a bunch of these, and some of them I had. Again, that's just a chrome, but it's not a refractor. This has a kind of refractor-ish look to it, shine to it. Again, it doesn't do it much justice. Shiny chrome card, but not a refractor. Chrome card, not a refractor. It's kind of refractor-ish in the background there. Refractor-ish. Shiny, chrome card. And then this is just a flat out nice shiny baseball in the background of this one here. But I don't know. So that's why I had to pull out a whole bunch to see which one's really qualified. And that was it. That's all I dug out. Jesus, I need to borrow some of yours. LOL. think I only found 15 or so. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, and again, I have to watch the video again to see if they have to be refractors or they just can be shiny, because he said you could use the Jeter foil, because he said he didn't want to see a bunch of them, like the whole run of 93 Upper Deck foil run. I mean, I could just pop out 20 of these because these are all nice and shiny too. Yeah. But I have to read it, watch it again and find out exactly what the rules are. Or could I find a loophole? Because I have to watch and see if he said they were rookie cards or not. Because why couldn't we just bring out like this? Nice, shiny. All right. Just the hologram, team holograms from Upper Deck. Denny's cards. I have 2 complete sets from different years. You get which year, forget what year, but working on all the sets. Autographs 2000. You put up a okay. I may have watched yours today. I don't remember though. I watch so many when I get home. I try to watch a bunch of people's videos, and I always throw in likes down though. If I watch a video, I throw down likes, make sure that they get the thumbs up and stuff. Aha, Warcraft Ohio. Yeah, you and your Jeter. You got way more Jeters than I do. You have way more Jeters. I'm still finding Jeters. I'm still discovering them. So the whole idea tonight was to get on Pepino's stream. There's the link if anyone wants to join in. And don't worry, my phone's not. I'm not running off my phone, so you don't have to worry about the old dead battery, frozen picture of Pepino. Yeah, I think we lost him. I think he's gone. Yankees 42 channel. Okay, well, let me see this. I think it's like Yankees fan 42. I think that's it, isn't it? No, not Yankees fan 42. I don't want that. I want that. And it comes up, results for Yankees 42 comes up with Magnus, one video. Lou Rock, Wento. Yeah, I don't know. Can't find it either, but I know I saw the video too. Saw the video. Favorite, yeah. Jeter was a good role model for a lot of kids, so you got to give him credit. He stayed out of trouble, kept his nose clean, and just played the game, the right way. And luck has a lot to do with it too. You know what I mean? Let's face it. You're on a really good team. You have all those runs, But how many rings did Jeter get? 5? Yogi had 10. Well, it comes up with Magnus. Okay, so you type in Yankees 42. Magnus has 72 subscribers and one video, though. So it doesn't make sense. One video. And it's not even showing. Magnus. So I don't think it's the same person. I don't know what's going on there. Since that's him, I think he may have taken the video down. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I thought he had more than one video though. The Magnus I found had one video, and then when I clicked on it, opened it up, there was no videos. So I don't know. Whatever. Wayne says his old channel had all his video card videos, but Google screwed me over on it. Okay. Yeah. Maybe he got the old band hammer slammed on him, you know? Don't know. Not a Yankees fan, but lots of respect for Jeter. Yeah, I mean, if the guy keeps his nose clean, he's a good ball player, you know. No one has a reason to dislike the guy. You can't dislike a guy just because he plays on the team, the evil empire. A lot of people don't like Brady because he plays for the Patriots. I mean, he's a good quarterback, regardless of who he played with or whatever. You got to give him his dues. You know, he's a good quarterback. He proved that he went to Tampa Bay and he won. All right. Can't hate the guy. So you know what I found out the other day, guys? So look at some of these rack packs I have over here. And I noticed somehow, must have been in a lot that I bought, there's a rack pack of basketball. 92, Series 2, 92, 93. And right smack in the middle on the 50-point club, I don't know if you can pick it up. There's a Michael Jordan card right here. Right there it is. Michael Jordan. Pretty cool. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Didn't even know. Had to do a double check to make sure. I thought it was baseball hanging there all this time. Because the 92 baseball has the same kind of colored wrappers. So yeah, my only basketball rack pack, but it's a good one. Hey, Joe Mans, man, how's it going? Oh God, it's only Wednesday, man. There's the link if anyone wants to join in for a little bit. I can keep it going for like maybe another half hour, and then I'm going to have to mosey on off to bed because 4:30 comes around real fast. And then I don't want to get up. I don't want to go to work. And it ends up like Monday morning when I say to myself, man, the weekend just didn't seem long enough. I think I'm taking Monday off, and I did. And, you know, that's baseball card money that I didn't earn because I didn't go to work. And, you know, the wife's not on me yet, but, you know, want to keep her off of me, kind of, so to speak. Huh. So here's something I forgot to put in the auction last week. Was these slabs. I don't have a whole bunch of slabs, but, you know, forgot to put this one in the auction. It's a Joey Bell, PSA 8. Dan Uggla, BCCG 10. Ooh, I don't know what that means. Here's a King Felix, BCCG 10. It's funny that all these are 10s. BCCG 10 for Matt Cain and John Lester, BCCG 10 as well. So they'll be going up in the next baseball card auction. I'm going to leave them here on the baseball card box. I did open up some of these hockey cards, and there's 50-50 chance they're going to be bricks. So let's open some up. For you hockey fans out there, you don't get to see much hockey on this channel. So it is Dominik Hasek right here on the front. I don't know if guys can. Yeah, Alex can. I guess you can throw up your links, guys, right? See, look. Brick. Now, is it a hard brick? No. My goodness. So there's Dominik Hasek for the Sabres. Michael Pivonka. I don't know if I got that name right. Pivonka. How about this guy here? Kevin Hatcher. Kevin Hatcher. At the angle, you're going to get blinded by the chrome or the foil. Jeff Cartnall. Courtnall, maybe. Rob Blake. Paul Coffey. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Adam Graves. Ron Murray. Wait, did we have a Dominik Hasek in the first card on this crappy collation? Hasek. And Felix Potvin, isn't he? He's a Hall of Famer, right? Felix Potvin. Probably is. Coffee, is he a Hall of Famer too? How about a Teemu Selanne? Look at that. CB Baseball Card Collectors almost at 700, guys. Don't forget, if you can throw up your link to your channel here, go ahead and do it. And get yourself some more subs, guys. Timu Solani. Sergey Fedorov. He's a Hall of Famer for sure. Owen Nolan. I have no idea. He got a nice bruise on his face. Pat LaFontaine. Sabres. Oh, look who it is. Mike Gartner. I don't know who he is. I'm just saying, look who it is. It's Gartner. Well, CV Baseball Card Collector says a good name. Jeremy Iglesias? Aguinla? I don't know. Corey Stillman. Darren Papa. P-U-P-P-A. Papa. We got a flyer here. Michael Renberg. And LA Kings, Vitaly Yakinarv. Whatever. Yeah, not Yakmenev. Love the comforts of home, netting 15 of his 19 goals at the Great Western Forum. Born in Chelyabinsk, Russia. Shoots left-handed. There's hockey cards that'll be in the hockey lot when we have an auction for hockey cards. Just got to remember to put them in the hockey box. Where'd that key go? She's not here. That's good. So my wife and son went to the store again yesterday, Target or Walmart, but they didn't get lucky and they didn't find any cards, and so I didn't get any cards. It's just the way it goes, I guess. Let's open up some 1990 tops. Why not? Let's see what we get in here. Oops, sorry about the old camera. Told you guys tune in for Passes Alive Bowman break. Bubba gum. Got some mold on it. Bada boom. Big Mac. Strawberry. Andy Hawkins. Not the best of packs, and no name. Frank Thomas. I saw someone posted a video about a Frank Thomas no name, but it was like a PSA 6 that's sold for on eBay recently. Yeah. Yeah. It's in this box. There's another 1990 tops. All right. Oops, we'll try to open up another pack of 1990 Tops. This time the gum stuck. Residue. Mildew. And it's Charlie O'Brien got the gum stain, so no great loss there. And that was just the advertisement card that just crashed to the floor. All right, let's see what we got here. He must have banged his head. He's got a bandage on his head. Wow, that was worse than the other pack. Charlie O'Brien got the bubblegum. Very heavy bubblegum residue. Kitty, what are you doing? So, give me a drink. There's my trash bag. Put my trash in there. Did you see that? Couple coaches. Oh, yes. Managers. Manager cards. There's my dang envelopes I was looking for. Like, I know I got them somewhere. I'm upstairs looking for my envelopes. I need you, Kitty. Stop bouncing all over the place. I'll take some upstairs to the desk. So did I tell you guys what I was, what I think the plan is for the future of the new studio? I think I did. I know I talked to my son about it. Letting him move into the garage here now that it's livable. And I would be taking over his bedroom for storage of these boxes, and move back up into the other studio, the other bedroom that my other son used to live in, and continue then shooting up there. So, because I can't get them all down here, and I can't, they're still in the house. There's like a million cards still in the house. And I want to do more work in the house. Like, the kitchen needs to be redone. The bathroom upstairs needs to be redone. You know, upgrading. Stuff needs to be upgraded now. Within the next couple of years, I'll be retiring, and then I don't want to have to, you know, have those bills. Just do it now and get it over with. What are you doing, cat? Okay. It's too far for her to go there. And oh. Cat cam. Yeah, I don't know where she went. She got away. Pussy Cam. Yeah, right. If I put that up there as a title, I'd get a lot of viewers. Meow. Yes. What did you buy for me today? Baseball cards?
No, but you got me blocked in.
Well, yeah, I was putting up my showcase, my piece here.
Oh, are you,
I was getting ready. Yeah, I'm live. There we go. Big Ray's in the house.
I'm looking pretty, ain't I?
I don't know, it's my piece, right?
Hey, I wanted to show you some stuff that I picked up for Redbeard just because he's just a kind guy and does so much for all of us. Kind of like we all do. I think that's why I like his stuff so much.
That's good. I'm sorry, what was that? About Redbeard?
I said, he's just such a good guy, and he is. My God, I don't know if I've seen anybody pull as many good cards as he's just on a streak. But I want to show you first this thing that they call a hospital room. I'm not kidding you. I've stayed in worse hotels, but this is my view. If you can't really see, so Indianapolis side of the Final Four, way off there in the background is a JW Marriott that you guys see the bracket all the time on TV. But anyway, it's tile, marble, freaking bathroom and stuff, but pretty cool stuff. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I got him. I actually got me a couple of the same, even though I like Eric Davis. I'm just not a humongous, that's not my favorite player or anything.
There are actually a lot of people that like him though. So
I like him. I think he's a good guy. Just kind of all around. But damn, now I got to see if I can get the light to shine on this.
I can see the shine already.
Yeah, I've been trying to put this set together. How can I do this without the glare? There.
Oh, we can see it. It's cracked ice.
Yeah, it's the Sapphire update.
Oh, it's nice.
From 2020. And I got two of these. I'm going to give him the nicer one. God, everything's the opposite. I always got to get used to this.
Yeah.
But I got me and him one of those, and then the guy, he might be in here. I don't know if I got that from Warcraft or not, but he sent in a bunch of extras. Alex Bregman and Starling Marte from the Pirates 2020s. Okay. But this was my big pickup, and I got this on eBay middle of the night when you don't have anything to do because you're sitting in a place like this.
Can you see the chat at all? Can you see the chat at all? You're on your phone, right?
Yeah. Let me turn the chat on.
Well, I'm just saying, like, 4-leaf card says, Big Ray, not sure why you're in, but hope you get better soon.
Oh, it's that stupid C word. And no,
really?
Yeah.
Did you get your shot or no?
C word as in cancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the corona.
But I did get my first shot for my for the virus. Now I just got to be out of here by April 9th so I can get my second one. But actually, they told me they'd give me my second one here if I.
Yeah, why not? You either go to hospitals or clinics, or like my wife's going Saturday for her first shot at a university.
Yeah, we got here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway where they run the Indianapolis 500.
Nice.
They have. This is, if I would have known this before I got my shot, I probably would have done this instead. You actually get to drive out on the track, and then it's a line, then you get to pull into the garage area, and you actually pull into one of the garages.
Oh,
they check you, they do your shot, you back out, and then they let you take that little extra half lap back out, and they don't really get on you for going fast because, well, that's how we drive here.
That's how you drive.
But
My cousin drives in the Indy 500.
That's what you said, and I was trying to figure out what team, because I know Carpenter is here. Ray Hall's team, he has a base here. The Andretti's have a base here. Team
Yeah.
Green has a base.
He's on Dreyer Reinbold.
Oh, Dreyer Reinbold. Oh, well, they won a couple of years ago with the unknown guy, foreign guy. I can't think of his name. I got a friend of mine works on that crew.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
his name is Sage Karam. Kind of a young kid.
A couple of years ago, the car number was 22, and the only reason I remember is because that's my favorite number. And I'm trying to think, was the guy's last name started with a P, maybe? But he was foreign, but it was just awesome that he won. Like, it was pure driving skill that he won the race. But I want to show you this last card here. My machine will probably start beeping on this and bothering the crap out of me. But
Code Blue. He pulled a great card. Code Blue to get down there real quick.
God, don't joke. We had one last night and it was in the room next to me.
Oh, but did they resuscitate him?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm on a floor that I'm not supposed to be on. Like, this is where I'm not even going to explain it. This is the newer wing of the hospital, and I'll tell you what, these are some nice freaking rooms, man.
I can see. Look at all the fancy stuff on the wall behind there.
Oh yeah, IUPUI, which is IU Purdue University Stadium, where Florence Griffith Joyner broke the women's 100-meter dash record, and I was there to see it. It was either the Pan Am Games or it wasn't, or it might have been an Olympic trial or something. But I ran track and played football and stuff in high school and played basketball. So I was a hurdler. So I always liked going to stuff. And, if I can go to something like that and see famous people, I don't care if it's women, men, whatever. And I saw her break that record. And the other day, it was so weird. The day that I actually got put back in here, a girl broke that record almost to the day that she broke it here and that I watched live. Pretty cool stuff. But this is the card. I got this card for, I think, $3.99 on eBay with $1.99 shipping. Honestly, I thought if it's a scam, I don't even care. It's still a pretty cool card. I'll show you the back first if you guys can see it.
Yeah, it's a Bowman.
It's when he played for the Cardinals. And again, I'm trying to do the backwards thing here because there we go. Okay, so it's and sorry I can't do anything about the glare because there we go. I'll make it shine down at me.
Well, it's not a gimmick because it's got the seal on it from Topps Archives.
Right, but for that price, and it was a bid. It's just there were 0 bids on it.
Yeah, he's got to honor it.
So now you look at the front. I don't know if you can see the
nice blue auto on card.
Yeah, and so I actually texted Jimmy because I know he works nights and said, "Hey, if you could get a auto of Davis."
Number 4 of 99?
It's number 6 of 39.
Of 39. There you go.
Now that is something he didn't even have in the description, or I didn't notice it. When I got it, I thought, "Oh my gosh, this guy sent me the wrong card." Like, he's probably pissed. One that I got it so cheap, but it was somebody with like a 40,000 rating. So
my God, they've done a lot of business.
But I love this year. I love that design with that black kind of wood grain border.
Right.
I love this design, and then it's got the the facsimile autograph on the side, and then you see the really nice,
the real signature
on cards auto, and it's still sealed in the Archives sticker in the One Touch, and I think it's 2016.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't
No, it
playing
can't.
back then.
He didn't play that long. It couldn't have been
2009
just
might be
yeah,
2009,
2009. That makes more sense.
8 or 9 maybe.
But yeah, I'm gonna don't say anything to him.
Mhm. Don't ruin the
Even though
surprise, guys.
he comes back and watches your replays anyway. Boom. So, and then last night I was all ready to, sit through and not fall asleep through 90,000 packs of Bowman on John's channel.
Uh,
And the
you stayed
internet
up late
here is
for that.
not good. It's college, it's the college internet, free internet, and it's just not. I'm surprised. This is actually going real good. But I got knocked out, and then I kind of got tired, and then the nurses, the doctors, everybody came in, blah blah blah, and then we had the code blue thing. So I watched the replay today, and I got the only Griffey Jr. Rookie that was pulled last night out of all
And
of
the
those.
Bowman, the
And the
89
Bowman,
Bowman. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
one
Well,
I did not have.
really? Well, then good. Then it was meant to be, right?
Exactly. It was
It was
perfect. And
meant
then I
to
got
be.
another really nice rookie out of that same pack too. And I can't remember what the player was, but all in all, the money, the Griffey was worth what was paid to get in. It's a little off centered left to right, maybe from what I saw, but I'll probably send it into one of these new places, HGA or something. That seems to be the one that's getting more popular.
See, I got this one. I actually ended up with two or three of these now.
Shit, from last night?
No, this is from a lot that I bought, and I just kept finding them along with the 93 Jeter foil cards. I ended up with 5 of the foil cards, Jeter rookie card.
I think I was on watching when you got that.
Yeah, well, this one came out of a complete set, and then I found another loose one, and I think I found a second complete set in that lot for $500. So I got lucky then. So we're gonna see if we get a no name in this pack. This is the third pack I opened up now. Third time's a charm, they say, right? Nah, it's already got repeat. It's a repeat. Sorry, I'm off center here. It's a repeat from the other pack. To the player, that second half of the pack. We had Strawberry.
Where's Warcraft? Why didn't Warcraft jump in here? He needs to get online here.
I keep throwing it out there, so another manager card.
Come on, Warcraft. I just got a few cards from him, or 3 of them from him the other day, but I haven't been able to do a whole lot other than do like eBay stuff since I've been in here, just for the fact that I'm shocked. There's usually people in here about every hour or so.
Oh yeah.
But it's okay. They're very nice looking nurses and very well. They treat me extremely well. I can't say more about the staff here at this hospital. They are the bomb.
Good.
But hopefully I'll be out of here next week. It was just a little bit of abdomen problems that on some good heavy antibiotics, and hopefully we'll get that taken care of, and there won't have to be any surgery or any crap like that. And I'll be back at home. And I got I think my wife said that she brought me these little packages. I think I've got 14 other packages at home waiting for me. And I still have your box yet to review. So that's coming.
Oh yes. I was waiting. I'm like, I haven't heard anything yet. I'm like, maybe it's not that good.
And
I didn't want to sell you another one until you were satisfied with that one. It's not that I want to sell you one. I wanted you to be happy with what you got.
I opened it and saw the packs, and I'm pretty pleased with the packs.
Okay.
I would definitely say that you could probably sell those for more than $25, but
nowadays
$25 is what's going to. I mean, you're gonna sell out of them.
Yeah, I mean that was last year's price, and I just didn't change it because I didn't sell any of them. You know, I made up like 200 of those kits. I just put these 3 packs. These three packs just came out of 3 of these.
I'm trying to think. You sent an OPC. I don't want to give away anything what you're putting in them, but I know you sent.
I only have like 2 OPGs at 87, and they were all bricked. So I don't know if I have them in it because it was only 7 cards, and you lose 2 cards out of each pack. It was ridiculous. I was so upset when I
Hey,
bought that box.
You know, you ought to try on those bricks you just pulled up just a minute ago. You ought to try to run over to the microwave and put them in there for 15 seconds. If there's no foil at all.
And that's what John said. John said last night, I'm like, man, I didn't try the microwave. I just tried the heat gun. I took it to work, and I started out at 400 degrees, and I went up to 1,000 degrees. I went up to 1,000 degrees, and the edges were turning brown. The card started smoking. I'm like,
Yeah.
it was during my lunch break, and I'm like, I wonder if anyone notices this.
Hair dryer's good. It just takes longer. The microwave that I've done so far, I had some old NASCAR packs, which John started talking about. I guess NASCAR stuffs. I have tons of NASCAR cards. And I started looking some up after last night, after hearing him talk about that, and it just, I can't find where it's this big deal. I mean, I got some Gordon rookie, what they guess consider rookie cards, and a bunch of Dale.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't find where the stuff is unless it's graded a 10 and it's something super special.
People in the South are crazy over that stuff. Like Danny and Gray's, like his channel, he kind of got really big really quick because he was doing NASCAR breaks and stuff like that, and then he started doing
what's the name of the channel?
Danny and Gray's Cards and Toys.
Danny and Gray's?
Yeah, that's his son. He's got like
wait a minute.
Danny and Gray.
I've been, because I've looked at his toy stuff, because I do collect the antique toy stuff too.
Okay. He's been doing a lot of breaks lately, like baseball, basketball. Not that was his forte, but I guess he was doing NASCAR, and I guess it was getting hard to get NASCAR too. And
then we're ready to just put these up as one lot. And here, have at it. There's incredibly good cards in there but most of them are metallic, but not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a pack out. It was bricked up. I didn't know there was a die cut right in the center. And I'm like bragging to my wife, yeah, watch this this trick I got. I throw them in the microwave, and about 5 seconds in, like the smoke alarm's about to go off. And I ran over the microwave, threw the door open, and the smoke comes rolling out. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, these aren't foiled. And I can see right in the middle, there was just this bump, just this burn. And it burnt. It literally, you could see where the microwave came down, and the beam went straight through, all the way through to that metal, to that foil card. And there's a hole in every card, just perfect, lined up. So yes, I have to give that whole thing with pre-warning. Go through it, make sure there's not a single, even the little stamps, they can't have foil on them.
So, also the NASCAR guys are very good TTMers for the most part. You send to them.
Yeah,
Richard Petty, Kyle Petty.
I live in a racing town. I've got so many autographs of NASCAR and Indy.
The Woods brothers. I know a couple of them passed away, but I mean, they have cards too. The still living brothers, you can probably get them to sign cards. I'm not into racing that much, but
maybe that's what I ought to do. Maybe get that done, and then start looking at trying to make a little bit of money off of NASCAR to buy some more baseball. There
you go. I mean, yeah, just sell them packs, man.
Look, it's more Silver Jackify with clickbait. I'm sorry, but it's weird. I actually go and watch his videos a lot of times, and
I watch them too.
Have you watched? There's a guy. I think he's just the baseball card investor, not the main guy that I like. The baseball card investor, collector, and
the tall skinny guy.
Yeah, I like that guy.
He always posts the YouTube or the eBay sales. That guy.
Yeah, man, he is like, not him. It's another guy that's trying to be like him. But what he's doing is he's trying to sell you his software. I will say it's awesome freaking software, but for $10 a month, hell, I could write something. I mean, it's
Guy's trying
if
to
I
be an
had,
entrepreneur, you know.
yeah, I don't,
You trying
but
to
I don't. He tends to talk more about the software than he does the actual cards and the sales. And
so he's plugging
in the
it.
middle of telling you why you should have bought this card or why you should be interested, that it comes back to the software again.
Plugs,
And
he plugs the software. But I use this here, guys, and you should really try it. Free trial. You
which
know.
one? Oh, you're saying that's what he
I'm
said.
just
Yeah,
saying, like, throw out, like, give us a free trial. You know,
there's none of that.
7 days. You know,
Because trust
whatever.
me, it would get copied and get pirated pretty easily. I'm sure it's an app, and yeah. I'm not even gonna say any more than that. So, is Last Raps Baseball still here?
Yeah, he just asked if he says Indianapolis is a cool place. Circle Center still exists? Question.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, Circle Center Mall.
I guess he just said Circle Center still exists? Question mark. So he must
The
mean the mall.
mall doesn't really, but the actual we have a downtown, and there's a monument in the middle, and it's called the Circle. If that's
Uh,
what, and you drive around it, it still has the original brick from back in the like early 1900s that, along the four streets, and it's basically the crossroads of Indianapolis.
okay.
It is. I like our downtown. We had Super Bowl 50 here or 48 or something like that, and we came down for that. Didn't go to the game because couldn't afford the tickets, but we came down for all the festivities and stuff. And I'll tell you, that was one time I was really proud of our city, and we put on one hell of a Super Bowl. It
You didn't
won.
miss much, Tex. Sorry, Tex is asking if he missed anything. You didn't miss much.
It was obviously I think that year the game was like right at the beginning of February, and Super Bowl Sunday ended up being like 70 degrees.
Show your Eric Davis autograph again if you have it right there, so Tex can
Yep.
see it.
No problem.
Even though he's like a hockey guy, that's what you may have missed, Tex. That's
Wait
nice.
a
Yeah, that Eric Davis autograph from Bowman.
Yeah,
Certified.
numbered actually.
Yes, 6 of 39.
There we go. That glare is so bad because I'm in here.
It's all good.
It's literally my phone shining back at the card, shining it back at the camera. But anyway, I was going to ask Last Reps, Fred, when you're doing the commentary, by the way, I think you might need to look I don't know if you're a broadcaster already, but you need to look into that. Dude, you sound like a professional commentating those games. And I jumped in there, not that I'm into overseas baseball that much, but he made it interesting. And I was kind of wondering, and I won't call you out on or anything like that, but I have a Fire Stick. I'm sure most everybody on here does, and I'm just wondering, you can get free stuff on your Fire Stick. So I just wondered if you used like an APK to be able to watch the games overseas, because that's how I watch stuff. Like all of spring training and everything, I watched damn near, I don't know, any game I wanted to watch.
Oh, cool.
That was being televised somewhere in the U.S. So I was just wondering if that's how he did it.
Last Reps does what, the simulated baseball games?
Oh, they're simulated. I thought.
I don't know. I don't remember what he does. He has to tell us what he does again. I know I'm subscribed to his channel, but I don't know if I've actually been there more than once or twice. Unfortunately, sorry about that. There's just so many people that that are out there. He does a lot
of different, really interesting stuff, and his knowledge of baseball is just phenomenal.
I'm going to check it out right now.
It sounds like he's just given the play-by-play of Japanese baseball. I think, but I don't know that for sure. That's why I'm asking him. Like I could sit there and listen to that just like I'd listen to any game on the radio. But he also then adds in content and answers talks about other stuff while we're in there. But the other thing that Fred does that when I first saw the stuff, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. And that's kind of that digital baseball cards stuff through Tops and
Oh,
stuff.
that's what he does. Okay, I got it. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I watch him
I
open those packs. I don't understand it though. I'm watching video and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that. He opens these packs, but I don't understand it.
I
They're,
got into it. It's
they're not
actually
real cards. Like I don't know.
no, but you can sell them for like real cash, as how I understand it. Like people want certain cards to complete sets, and I kind of started to look into it. Not like I've got my hands in enough things, but he really made it. I don't know, the way that he does it. It just makes it more exciting. And y'all ought to throw your link up there, Fred, or
Yeah,
somebody
guys, you
throw
can
his
throw up your
link.
links, guys. So Last Rap says, were you around for the story about the ex MLB player I met in Osaka?
I think I came in right on the end of that, and that's
Okay.
I think that's what I came in on the end of when I came in the room, because you were still. It's like I'm talking straight to him, Fred. It was kind of like it was kind of tapering off. You were still kind of talking to the audience. I think all 7 of us that were in there at like 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was, 2 o'clock
I
in the
watched him
morning.
sit and open up a whole bunch of packs. I've watched him open packs, but I never really understood like what the purpose of it was, because to me it's digital, so it's not like a physical like thing you can touch.
Right.
You know,
And so that's why I didn't like it at first. But I'm not kidding. You watch some of his stuff and you get these packs, and you can get these packs by getting points through Tops and stuff. I know Panini does that. And I'm assuming that Tops does the same thing. What do you get, a point for every dollar you spend at Tops? And I think you can use those points to then buy these digital packs. And
digital.
I think it's Bunt, isn't it? I don't know if
Yeah,
that's the old, but it was pretty cool. That man could talk you into buying a glass of ice water in February.
yeah. Bunt
He's a
right now
good
it's Bunt
commentator.
21 is the one I'm watching, his latest one.
So did he
Oh,
answer
I
the
have no idea.
question on whether or not it's the Fire Stick that he's able to actually see the games, like through an APK? And if he doesn't want to say that, because for certain reasons you don't have to at all, Fred. I don't want to get anybody in trouble or anything.
No Fire Stick. I have a Japanese feed,
Oh, nice.
so I had to
The
scroll
man,
back to get that answer.
how do you get a Japanese feed? Do you live here in the U.S.?
Top Spot is multi-platform. You can play games. The games in the playoffs you can win physical prizes. Okay. I used
Yeah.
Fire. I use the Fire. Oh, that's Wicked Discount. Says I use the Fire Stick and use Reddit streams to watch games.
Oh, the Reddit stream.
MLB streams on Reddit.
Gotcha.
He's in Canada. Last Raps is in Canada.
Well, maybe we need to. He's in Canada. Well, hey, we can talk freely about it now. So you can jailbreak Fire Sticks, or you don't jailbreak them. You don't have to do anything hardly. They're just APKs, and what they are, they're peer-to-peer servers that have all these channels. I mean, there's not a channel I don't have, or movie or sporting event or anything. And here in the U.S., it's not necessarily legal, but you can do a lot. You can do a lot of things to make it so you can't be seen.
Remember back in the days, though, when you VHS and all that, you could make one copy for yourself for your personal library without getting busted by the FBI. The FBI wanting about pirating and stuff, but you were legally allowed when you rented that movie to make a copy. So isn't that kind of the same? You're legally allowed to watch it one time.
Well,
just can't replay it for everyone else, right? You can't put it out there.
There are sometimes that I actually watch movies before they're out at the movie theater, because somebody got a early, DVD of it. That's basically how you're watching it at the movie theater anyway, or a back then, when we had actual video rental stores. They always had the stuff a month early before it even came out at the movies. They had it, and they weren't even going to be showing it for another 2-3 months. And do you remember the satellite cards? Did you ever do that?
Mm-mm. I have satellite
Uh,
now, but no, I'm slow, I guess.
The DirecTV used to have,
Yeah, I have DirecTV now.
so I used to, so I was in, I told you before, I was in IT for 27 years. So I was a computer geek, and you could burn those cards. I'll call it. They've got a chip in them, just like your bank card does now. And we had you have to build. And I actually got my code out of a news group that was in Canada because it was illegal to do it in Canada. Anything you can grab out of the airways in Canada is free.
It's free.
It's free.
Should be free. Should be free. It's out there in the air. The internet should be free.
I had
You
every
shouldn't be
single
regulating
channel
anything.
that you could get for probably 7 or 8 years. And then on top of it, I was burning the cards for friends and people for $50 a pop. And you had to, after a while, you had to burn them every 30 days. You had to
Danny and
put
Gray's
them
is in here right now. Danny and Gray says, "Watch everything for free." Yeah. LOL.
Hey, Danny.
I watched that race. I watched his race tonight. He also does like video racing. He was racing tonight. I watched like 75 laps of the last 75 laps of his race. It looked like more like bumper cars, just especially at the end.
You cut out there just right when you were telling me what you watched. It's
Oh,
my internet.
Danny and Gray's. He did a NASCAR race like video game, and
Oh, yeah, cool.
and I watched like the last 75 laps of it, and I watched it. I didn't say anything. I was just sitting in the background, and then I'm like more like bumper cars, because they're hitting each other. I know if you're not
Hey,
rubbing, you're not racing or something like
that's
that.
right.
I know I've heard all this stuff, but
Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
he went into the walls a
Danny's
couple
an old
times.
NASCAR guy. He knows exactly what game that came out of.
And that was Bristol, he said.
Yeah. Oh, he played Bristol last night, or is that the
Tonight he did
what I
that.
just said?
He did that tonight, yeah. That was Bristol for you, though. Beating and
Well, hey,
banging.
Danny, if you're interested, I have a ton of NASCAR memorabilia, like the garages, all the pit row completely lined up. These are all from the early '90s, mid '90s, all the way to cards. I have packs and packs and packs of cards. That there are some of them I took some cards out of, but most of them I just opened them, saw what was in it, and I just threw them back in the packs for safekeeping. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, you can get my email from Boom, and or just come join my channel, and I think I've got it there somewhere. And
on your
I
About
will
tab.
Say that again.
On your About tab, usually that's where people put it. Like on your homepage, you got the little tabs along the top. You click on About, and you get to tell you a little story about yourself, and you put your mailing
that's
address.
Where I put it.
Yeah.
I think it is, but I know I changed my email when my email automatically changed when my channel name changed. So it's pretty simple. It's Big Ray's Ball Cards and Auctions at gmail.com.
There you go.
But anyway, if you're interested in that stuff, and then I also have a lot of the elite cars. I have Jimmy Johnson's rookie, his first win car, where Gordon put a nice big tire mark on the side of the car. But I've got he's probably got more stuff than I do. But if you're interested in the cars, just let me know.
Well, he said, what year are they?
90s.
90s.
I've got mostly from like 90. I have some 88s, like I had some 88 Max, up to probably 2000 maybe. There may be a few that are, but I have a lot of 98, 99s, 97s, 94s. I collected a lot of 94s because that was Gordon's. I mean, it was his first full season in NASCAR, and Gordon's first race as a rookie was it was actually really cool because it was Petty's last race. Richard Petty. It was at Atlanta, and I actually have a signed or autographed picture that was done by some famous artist that I got for charity. I won. I could send anything I wanted to his place out in North Carolina, and he would autograph it and send it back. But not only did he autograph it, he framed and matted it as well in like this old time looking frame. It's one of my favorite
treasured type things. Yeah.
Yeah. And Gordon, he grew up here, just west of Indianapolis. He was born in California, but he grew up most of his life here. And the first time I had ever heard of him, I was at a party at IU University, which is down in Bloomington, south of Indianapolis, about 50 miles. And there is a dirt track down there, maybe 45 minutes away. And no girls came to the party. So the guy that was having the party said, "Hey, you want to go watch that phenom from Pittsburgh?" And I'm like, "Phenom who? What?" And he's like, that young guy, that young kid, he's like 15, 16 years old. And he's just kicking everybody's ass. And if you go back, back then it was the beginning of, I think, ESPN2, and they were just radio. All they did was radio.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been back in the late 80s. And we went and watched him, and I am not kidding you, without cautions, he lapped the entire field twice. I mean, there were cautions, but he was just that good. Just wow, good. And his whole thing for moving here, his stepfather, Brickell, I can't remember it now. Anyway, his stepfather is one kind of got him into racing and everything. And the reason they came to Indy was to try to get a ride in IndyCar. And his dad took him to every team that was going to be in the 500 that year. And not one single team took a chance on him. And boy, did they eat crow. It was just like, are you crazy? You're not going to at least like put him in something? And it was just, he was so young.
Right.
So,
yeah. So the Bipster of all things wax pack says at Big Ray, Jeff Gordon, Peach State hauler, and Baby Ruth car he's looking for.
I have them both. There
you go, Bipster.
Now, what did he say on the hauler?
He said the Peach State hauler.
Is it are you talking like the action, like the like, we'll say Walmart edition kind of thing? Or are you talking like the elite Revel? Which one are you talking about, Bibby?
All right, I'll have to get back. So Danny and Gray said he's a big Jeff Gordon. When I first met Danny, I had picked up a 5,000 count box of cards at a yard sale. They're all racing cars. I got for $5. And he said he did Jeff Gordon. So I pulled every Jeff Gordon one out and sent it to him. So he says the same thing, like Jeff Gordon cards he'd be interested in. He's like a super collector. And he said he'll get in touch.
That's me. That was my driver. And I've got more stuff of Jeff Gordon. What we'll get together, maybe do a FaceTime or something. And I'll just show you everything I got and see what you're interested in. And the bad thing about that is if it's bigger stuff, is just the shipping. Where does he live?
North Carolina, I believe.
Well, of course he does. That was probably just a stupid question.
North or South? I forget. I think it's North Carolina, though. Right, look, Danny?
You're even getting the accent going, just saying the words. South Carolina.
Well, I went down to South Carolina. I was going to move down there, but we didn't. My wife wasn't comfortable with some of the properties. I had a 57-acre property for under 200,000, but the house this was like a couple years ago now, and it was in South Carolina, and it had a 14 by 57 in-ground pool, like a huge Olympic-size in-ground pool. But the house was a cinder block house, and the guy's like, my wife said, "Well, how old is the house?" And they're like, at between 50 and 100 years old. We don't know.
Well, if it's cinder block, it wasn't close to 100.
Right. So, but my wife was like, nah, she didn't want to buy a money pit either.
True.
But
They tore the thing down and built new.
it had had outbuildings like
Yeah.
barns and stuff with all kinds of tools in it, like power stuff. So what they said was the owner passed away. His old Chevy pickup truck was still there in the 2 or 3 car garage. I'm sure all that was going to go with it because the kids just wanted to get rid of the house. They wanted to.
Oh, they probably lived out of state.
Yeah, and his kids wanted to get rid of it. It had a very long driveway, and it came up in circle. That had a flagpole right there. I mean, I'm like, I fell in love with this place. My wife was like, we don't know how old it is. And then we looked at a 22-acre property, and it had a modular home on it, 2-story modular. And we walked into the kitchen.
I didn't even know those existed.
Yeah, I didn't either. It was the first time I saw them. I'm like, okay, 2 stories. But I stood in the kitchen, and I felt like I was on a boat, where I was always listening, and I swear if I'd have dropped the marble, the thing would have rolled all the way to the wall or something. So I'm like, no, I can just feel like I'm not going to like this. And I didn't want anything that I had to dump any money in. And we were looking at maybe we can get a horse or so, and I'm like,
57 acres and
57 acres and like 27 acres was still like adult pines ready to be harvested, and that's a crop down there apparently.
Oh my gosh! Like my daughter just bought, just a couple of years ago, her and her husband bought 16 acres, 6 acres with 2 houses on it. One of them was being built, never got finished, and I went out and checked the foundation and stuff. Even the foundation had shifted some from just water getting down in there and just sitting in where what the basement would have been. So they started redoing the regular house, but the original asking price of this property, because it's right in Indy. I mean, it's country, it's rural, but if you drive by, you would not even know there was a house up in there.
Right.
And for 16 acres, and they got an unbelievable deal. So they started looking at this house about 3 years prior to buying a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she was at over $500,000. Right. Which is way out of that's way out of my freaking league too, but my daughter and son-in-law. But they got to know the owner, this little old lady, and they just kept going over, and they would talk, and then she took it off the market and said, I will tell you this, I really love you kids. I like your kids. You're good people. You're good God-fearing people. And my son-in-law, he ministers some. He works regular job, but he's part of the ministry at their church, and so is his dad and his grandfather were all ministers. But anyway, they got to know her, and she befriended them. Well, she got ill, and she needed to move to Arizona, so she called them and offered them a price of like $385 or something, which again, that would have been a good deal. And I just told her, I said, you know how your dad is. It doesn't matter how good the deal is. It can always get better. And I said, don't go insult her, but go throw a low ball number and see what happens. The property's paid off. It's been paid off for 20 something years. And she talked with their financial guy and stuff, and they went over, she offered $265, and she didn't like that at first, and then called them back about 2 hours later and said, you know what, I don't want, if you guys would be willing to sign an agreement that says that you will not rent this place or sell it to anybody else for the next 10 years, unless it is out of complete emergency sake, I'll give it to you for the $265. And nice. It's hilly, it's wooded, it's got a big creek that runs through it. There's basically a gun range at the back of the property. And it has outbuildings as well, which is my son-in-law needed bad. He works kind of in construction stuff, as I do, inspections and sales and stuff. They're getting the plumbing and the electrical done now. But like you said 57 acres in South Carolina for $200,000, and I'm like,
Under 200.
oh my God. Like,
This was like 3 years ago now, because we lost all of last year. Everyone lost last year, so
like, holy crap. I wish I would have known you then. And because I would have, just as investment, I would have talked to the wife and
I told her that. I said, you could sell this,
Man.
you could parcel this off. You sell off those pine trees, right? The land's now cleared because the guys are coming to harvest it all up for you, right? Whatever the big
the logging
companies down there that do it for Johnson and Johnson's, whatever, they make paper towels or pine wood, plywood out of it and stuff like that. And I don't even hunt. I don't even own a gun, but I'd buy a gun just to go down there and plink stuff, plink, plink, plink. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't even get rid of the trees. I mean, pine grows really fast, but if there was other trees other than pine, I would have left a lot of like woodage.
There was still a lot of woodage. There was a couple pastures. That's it. There was a couple pastures, and all of it was wooded. And in between, there were like little quad trails to go from pasture to pasture. And then way in the back was like 27 acres of just rode up pines. Like it was designed to be harvested.
I'll bet you that was pine and tobacco kind of grow by each other a lot.
Yellow pine, I think they call it, right?
Yeah. I'll bet you that was a tobacco farm at some point in time, which most farms were in North Carolina and South Carolina back in the 1800s, early 1900s and stuff.
So I shot Danny and Gray your link because he said he couldn't find it. So I shot him your link, and he said he's going to get in touch with you because he's interested in the cards. Sure.
Okay. And then back to Bibby, if he's still here. I'm sorry, Bibster. The
I
Carolina
can see
card.
back with us. Go ahead.
What scale? If you're still here, I didn't hear what you said. Boom.
He said Bibster said it's in a white box. Hauler lays on the side in a white box.
Not the hauler, the Carolina car. Which scale are you talking about? 124, 164, one.
He said it's Revel. I'm scrolling back.
So 124 scale.
Yeah, so that's all we got right now from the Bibster.
I do have that car. I think it's autographed. We'll have to get together. That one I can't give away, but I apologize. But that's a good one. That's it. That's basically his rookie car, is what they call it.
Okay. Bibster used to own like 7 card shops. I'm not sure what state. I think it might have been Georgia, maybe. I think in the South somewhere. I might be wrong on that, but I think he owned like up to 1.7 card shops. I've seen this thing where he talked about the one card company that was not a big card company, and they stopped at a shop and they were closing down. They were moving to Texas, and they wanted to know if he wanted this stuff, and he said, sure, what's it going to cost? It's free or whatever. And they dropped off pallets of stuff, boxes, and uncut sheets.
Yet. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of his stories. You got to check his channel out. You might have to go back now a couple months, but yeah.
I've been watching most of his Behind the Fern video.
The Fern, I think it was before the Fern. I think it was before the Ferns. Did you see the Bigfoot ones where he fell in a hole?
Yeah, yes. So yes, I did. That's all I can say. And I cracked up, even in pain. Laughing was actually making me hurt at that time, and I just didn't even care. They were just hilarious. What I really want to know is, did you really hurt yourself, or was that just part of the movie?
I think it was just part of the movie. I mean, he may have raked his shin, but
the one thing I will say, he got all that stuff, from that card company or whatever. Bibby, and I still call you Bibby, because I know the Bibby Bobka story. Good things happen to good people. That's all I can say.
There you go.
That's probably why that landed right in your lap.
You said it was just part of the movie. He didn't get hurt. It's just part of the movie. I know he was being stalked there for a little bit. He kept hearing noises, and then he would stop, and it would stop.
So I'm not kidding you. I'm so stupid at watching this stuff, and I know it's a joke. But I thought maybe he had somebody way back off in the wood that was he kept saying, if you see something,
Throwing rocks.
tell me and timestamp.
I was waiting for someone to just go shooting across out in the distance, like.
That's what I was waiting for too. So I went back and like watched them real slow, and I'm like, I don't see anything. Like, am I supposed to see something?
We were supposed to see like Bigfoot nests, a pile of branches in there. I remember seeing that before.
I did see a pile of brush that he said.
Yeah,
that wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah, it could be a Bigfoot nest.
Yeah.
This tree's down, looks suspicious.
Awesome.
And
stories,
Bigfoot, they like to throw rocks at you too, so you got to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
They like to
Yeah,
throw
that
rocks.
was the other thing too. I kept hearing that rocks were being thrown, but I never heard it.
Bipster says that means I was acting good. LOL. If you're worried about him falling.
Yeah, I was really hoping he didn't really like just accidentally fall down, and then he just made that part of the story. They're good though. I do my what I call it last time, my YouTube homework, where you go out to every person you're subscribed to, do a like, do a comment, watch at least a minute and 15 seconds, I think. And
I'll open up seven channels, like seven YouTube channels, and I'll mute 6, and I'll just listen to one in the background, while the others play, and that gives them all their view times. It gives them, what they need. Give them the thumbs up, all that good stuff, and try to make comments. And then when that one's done, I'll click on the next one, open another tab, close that one out, and I'll just keep, like on a weekend. Exactly. That's what I do. That's what I do.
It's for the, and I'm sure everybody that's in here are it's late, so I'm sure it's veteran guys. For those that don't know, if you don't do that, and people don't do it for you, they're not a subscriber for you for very long, and you start losing subscribers. So I had actually learned that from Don Blomdahl.
Yes, I preached for the longest time. Donald's been the guy who's been telling us how to do it. You got to like, you got to subscribe, you got to comment, then you got to come back and watch another video, guys. Even when I go into Donald's stream, like the other day, I went into his live stream, he goes, he's telling me stay at least 5 minutes. I'm like, Donald, I let your stuff run in the background for hours, as long as you're on.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to tell you. That's what he told me today.
Yeah. He just says, please stay for at least 5 minutes. So
yeah, it's fine. I ended up staying the whole time and giving him a couple of super chats, trying to win another prize, but I wasn't. Me and Bibster weren't as lucky today. Or did you win something, Bibby? So
Danny and Gray says one Jeff Gordon car he wants or is looking for is the 2015 Martinsville Win car. Man, that thing is crazy right now.
I do not have any Revel or Action cars or Elite past the year, probably, I'm going to say 2005, maybe. No, probably 2007.
Bipster said, I had a lady today call me sell me 14 sets of tops, 12 different years, $96 shipped. That's, I know. I just said
$96.
I know. I was just saying, like, there's a guy here in New Jersey that was selling 44 sets of tops from 76 to 2019, different sets, hand collated and factory after a certain point. Then they were all factory. Oh no, I lost him. Dirt. Well, he'll be back. His phone may have gone dead. They might have shut off his internet at the hospital because, you got to secretly pay for that. They'll bill you for that. But anyway, he wanted $2,500 for that, and not budging off of that. He said that is firm. So it is what it is. Dang, we lost him. I'm gonna post this link back up again. Well, I didn't want that. What am I doing here? Time the heck out. Let's do this again. All right, is that it? Copy. And paste. All right, I think that's it. I think that's the link to the channel here. That's what I got up top, so we're going with that. He was firm. $2,500. But if you break it down, it's like $55 a set, right? I don't have my calculator with me, but in the grand scheme of things, very reasonable, especially nowadays with what things are selling for. You're getting complete sets. First thing I thought was Mike Trout rookie card. Oh my God, that's such a great deal. Then I'm like, no, that's in the update set. Son of a. There you go. Bibster, any 1966 sets, tops? Alex wants to know. There was some old lady at the flea market buying hobby boxes. It was funny, and she was ripping them. She looked 80. It just seemed odd. She's hoping for that lottery ticket, you know. She's hoping for that Michael Jordan card, maybe. I don't know. $4 a set plus 36 shipping. You scored big time, Bibby. What other promises did you make this lady? You're going to cut her grass or something on the weekends for the next 5 years, or what? Well, dang, we lost Big Ray. Dang it. It was getting interesting for sure. Well, I put it back out there. Something must have happened. He must not have charged his phone, and he was like giving Peppino the old, Peppino, you didn't charge your phone. Not a thing. No extra promises. All right, Bibster of all things wax packed. People are selling cheap, you think? Not, I don't know. I don't have $2,500 sitting around. I mean, my wife won't let me spend $2,500. Let's put it that way. She's trying to save money. I don't know what for. I think she wants to buy a horse. How your phone died. And you yelled at, first thing you did was point the finger at Peppino, saying, how many times this guy do that? Doesn't he have a charger? Well, that was baseball card collector Mike said, doesn't this guy have a charger? All right, Danny, thanks for coming by, stopping by. There's the link there, Big Ray. If you want to come back, you can. You're welcome back. So we still have 11 people watching. That's pretty good. I'm getting best cars I've bought in 30 years. There you go. He's getting some of the best cards he's bought over the last 30 years right there. Picking them up now, boys. Yeah, I mean, if people are selling cheap, you got to buy them. I can't see overpaying, because I think, like a lot of people think, the bottom's going to drop out one day, and then they're going to be stuck with all this wax again, you know. Right now, unopened wax is hot because people can't get anything else. They can't get it at the store, so they're looking for, like John says, you know, you can't buy them on eBay anymore. It's just prices going through the roof. I see the link for my channel, but not the stream. Okay, Ray, let me try it again. I'm on the stream. Excuse me, copy, and we'll paste it. Boom. Try that. I just put it up again there, Big Ray. People need money to buy unopened wax. There you go. So single cards are cheap at the moment. You might be right. I mean, what happened to that stimulus check everyone got? Hopefully people held on to that for something really important, for that rainy day, and not waste it on baseball cards. I know my wife won't let me waste it on baseball cards. And what happened? My son texted me tonight, and we were talking about getting the starting the sublimation printing and stuff like that, making T-shirts, and hats and coffee mugs and plates or whatever. And all you need is a picture. Run it off on the special transfer paper. I got the heat press. I got the heat press and all the stuff that you need to do the transferring. I just don't have the printer. And then he calls me and says, "We're not getting the Sawgrass. They're gonna get the like 1,000." I was like, "I'm just getting the 500. It's like half the price. It's paying $1,500 for a printer." And then they're like, "We're not getting that either. We're gonna go with an Epson." And I'm like, "Oh, I got an Epson printer right here. I don't even use it. You can have it if you want." And then I watch a YouTube video on how the guy cleaned it all out and used it for his sublimation. I'm like, dang, I already got the printer. But I'd already told my son he can have it if he wanted it. So he wants it. My daughter-in-law actually wants to do it. She does a lot of stuff. She started out with Cricut and doing stuff with the Cricut machine and all that. And she's now progressing into wanting to do more stuff. But I think you're right. It's just easier to buy the rookies I want than to buy packs hoping to get them. Yeah, that makes more sense too. I mean, why spend all the money on a box of cards that you don't get? You spend $200 on a box of cards and you don't get the card you want or you're hoping for. Because how many times do they put a bunch of rookie cards in a box? They don't. They don't flood it. You get maybe one rookie card per box if you're lucky. One of the guy you're looking for, like you're not going to pull a lot of Tatis Juniors out of a box. You're not going to get one. And now you get 4 cards per pack, or you get 12 packs per box, or 20 packs instead of 36, and it's just ridiculous. My merch is coming soon: stickers, T-shirts, Bipster bobbleheads. I was even thinking about doing the same thing Pepino does. I'm sorry, guys, but I like his PIG grading, and maybe taking one of these slabs and seeing if I can crack it open and just kind of use it as a hoax for, the MIC grading service, Probably wouldn't break this PSA one open though, because the PSA is still regarded as right now still the best. But these BCCGs, of course, they're all 10s, but I don't really care about who's on these. Probably the Matt Cain would be the most likely one. I just don't know if you can get it apart. I don't know how they seal these things up. I don't know if you pop it in the oven, it'll loosen up the glue. I don't know. Never taken one apart. Some people, you say you got to crack them and stuff. I don't want to crack it. All right. Well, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, Big Ray. Let me because it keeps copying that. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. Man, I wonder what happens if I refresh the stream. Stream. All right. I'm back. And here it is. So let's try this. Sorry there. Big Ray, try this. Paste that. There we go. Goody G says, I'll take that, Kane. Well, I was going to crack. I'm thinking this is the one I'm going to crack open. Try to. I don't know. It's either going to go in the auction or what. I don't know. If I can get it open, I'd like to just do a whole copy, the PIG.
Right.
There he is. We got Big Ray back.
And no, I didn't say anything about anybody else's phone dying.
Who did that? Who did?
That wasn't me.
Wasn't it you? That must have been Mike. Must have been Mike. Baseball card collector was on Pepino's, and Pepino says, "Oh, you gave the 10-minute warning. Oh, I got 10 minutes on my phone left." And I'm like, "Man, last time I was in your stream, it did the same thing, Pepino. 10-minute warning, gone." So he threw up the link real quick, and I clicked on it to get in. He puts me in the waiting room. I'm backstage, right?
Yeah, you're the green room.
He never clicked me in. I waited a couple minutes, and it's like, bam, gone. He's just frozen.
And I'm sure it looked just like that.
Oh, one day, yeah, he was really frozen, making a face, and so it was funny.
Hey,
And
I
then he
gotta.
did the same thing.
How many people are in? Is there a way for me to see chat and still see you at the same time?
I don't know. I don't think there's a way that I can do anything. I mean,
Okay,
um,
I was just curious. I like reading the
I can
chats.
make you smaller. I can make you just like one screen or
Well, here
that way.
I'm gonna hit the chat button real quick and see. See, it takes up like oh, I
Can you
can
turn your
see
phone?
it's like transparent. I can kind of see back
Oh,
behind it.
well, I guess
Um,
I can click on let's see. Here, Bibster said this. I can click on that, and I think I can show it. Let's see. So there's Bibster's
oh yeah,
comment.
you still
I
got
still
my
got my
72,
72 basketball cards coming up in an auction. I want to start a set.
Hey, Bibster, I just got some of those. I was just going to mention this. Does anyone else out there, and be honest, I think we're in a room where we can all talk freely. Auction Pirate.
Auction Pirate.
Anybody familiar with him? He does. He was actually on Storage Wars for a few episodes, and it gave him enough, followers and reputation that he's got 100,000 followers. But he goes and gets storage units, and then
I think I saw a couple of his YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Where
what.
we had problem where someone was trying to rip him off. Like they had opened up the unit already and searched everything.
Oh yeah,
and left junk in there. And he says, "I know exactly how these look when they're staged with all these moving boxes."
See the amount of money, because his followers are very loyal, very loyal.
Right.
I said something one night, and I damn near wanted to tuck my tail in between my legs and run.
Oh, they beat you up.
Oh my gosh, it was. This is for you, Bibby. I have, I think, some 72, 73, and they're in great shape. I bought them more for the fact that they had a lot of Pacers, old Pacers in them. That, when I used to go see Pacers games as a kid, we went to the fairgrounds and actually went to the Coliseum, which if you guys watch some of the bracket stuff, some of those games were actually played at the Coliseum. It's nice now. Back then, you had to be careful not to trip over some horse dung on your way to the concession stand. It's the phone dying really isn't my fault. It's my USB. There we go. The USB port here that's on. Yeah, I have a USB port in my bed. There you go.
Oh, okay. Cool. You know what my son my son showed me tonight that he got? The charging cords that are magnetic.
Yeah.
And you just hook a magnet to it. You plug the little thing and you hook a
That's how,
you know what I mean?
Those little cordless pads that you get, that's what they work off as magnets. There's magnets inside of them.
Yeah.
And so the newer phones have the QI technology.
Yeah, that's weird. So I went and I looked at some, and you know how I'm about lights. And they got the cords that glow and stuff that light up. I'm like, I'm gonna get one of them instead. But my wife wanted me to order for her, but she wanted the 10-foot cord, and I'm like, well, they don't come glowy in 10 foot, so I guess not. They come in like a 6-foot glow.
Yeah, I got my wife. She is Christmas all year round. That's Christmas starts in like September at our house. Like the songs, I guess I should be happy about that. But anyway, I got her, just like those. So I got a little stack about, I don't know, there might be 30 cards in there. Hey, those are some nice cards. Was that Hillman? I can't.
That was Roger Brown.
Yeah,
Daryl Hillman was the other guy.
Brown.
Here's Daryl Hillman right here.
Daryl Hillman. Yep. See, I remember all these guys. Hell, man,
Mel
I've got a
Daniels was an all-star, right? Mel Daniels
I've
was
met
one of
Mel
the
so
big
many
guys.
times. I went to him. Then Billy Keller. I went to so many of their basketball camps when I was a kid. They're just uh, uh, Clark Kellogg. I've sat and drank. Actually, drank. I drank a beer. He had coffee. Sat in the lounge area, which is part of the suites in Bankers Life Fieldhouse, where the
Right.
Pacers play nowadays. There's old Billy Keller,
If I can get the focus. There we go.
one of the best free throw shooters ever.
I only got like these 5 or 6 right here. Pacers. But the stack.
But
Like,
anyway, Bibby, I've got a stack. But anyway, what I was saying about Pirate was, like, I am not kidding you. Like, for cards that are worth, they're just not worth nothing. Like, and he'll get over $100 for a little stack of cards that are just commons. I thought it was rigged for the longest time. Like that right there,
yeah.
that's $150. Like, he kind of goes through them. He acts like every card. He doesn't know sports that well. He knows
Right.
them somewhat, but he had a guy come on that, taught him about the grading of it and stuff. But the thing that I didn't like was I had a very nice autographed. I can't remember if it was a Kobe. I can't remember who it was, but it was a good card, and I was getting a good deal on it. But that's what auctions are about, right?
Right.
So he's in the middle of, we have already bid. It's gone once, gone twice, and all of a sudden out of the middle of, and it's his auction, his rules. He can do whatever he wants. And he stopped it and said, "Oh, no. You try to get over on me." I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to get over on anybody. I'm bidding. You're taking my bids. And so he stopped it. And now the lot was minus that card. But our bids still counted. And I was just
no.
Dude, I think that's illegal. Like, right? Like,
yes, you can't. That's like I had my first auction the last Friday, and there ended up being an error card in that. I didn't even know it was there until I flipped the card over and looked on the back, and it was a Brooks or Frank Robinson Nestle card, and on the back had Mickey Mantle's on the back. Mickey Mantle stats for those cards. And I'm like, well, I auctioned it up, and I have this huge error binder. Like I kind of just look for it. Like, you saw this one tonight, right? I don't know if you're in here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just found this by accident too, and I'm like, oh, I'll put that in my binder, But I did offer up known error cards that I have like 5 or 10 of, for the auction, and people are buying them up too. And the same person bought that one. And in the middle of the auction, I'm like, people are bidding on it. I flip it over and I'm like, oh, this is an error card. But I said, you know what? It's auctioned up, so I'm honoring the auction.
Right. That's
what you're supposed to do. You honor the auction.
So I had gotten up to like 30-something bucks, and then I told him, I'm done, dude. Like, he said, if you don't pay for these, you can never buy anything in my auctions again. And then I just said, well, don't you think that's kind of unfair? And I got blasted.
Someone must have texted him saying, yo, there's this cards in there, and it's worth this much. Someone had to message him.
Actually, they said it right in chat. It was one of his people that, were regular or whatever, that somebody he knows personally. And I'm like, if you don't know what you're selling, and you did, I mean, I know he has a ton of stuff he has to sell that's not ball card related, but like, you still got to kind of abide,
Yes.
The dude abides.
You abide by your auction. It's your auction.
I paid for
auction rules.
I did pay for it. I got the cards, but it's the last thing I bought from him, because any of you out there, go and check out some of his. They're always live. He lives out in California. He does have some good stuff on there sometimes, but sometimes it's just, I don't know. I'm sorry, it's storage unit junk. And like most of that kind of stuff, but you know what you're getting into. You know that you're running a risk. But with cards, and it goes through the cards really fast. You don't know what's all in a box of cards
Or
you
the
get.
condition, the true conditions.
I will say he will tell you, he does now. He had a guy on there that taught him all about grading and how to, kind of grade your own cards to know whether or not they're even good enough to send in to be graded. And the guy was good. He's a known YouTuber that, talks about grading and cleaning your cards and stuff. Very reputable guy. And I don't know. I just wondered if anybody else had that kind of experience.
No, first I say, hey, Elkanon, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. No, but like I said, I honored the auction. I'm like, no, I already put it up there. I'm not gonna. Oh wait, I want this for my binder. That would make me look like terrible.
Yeah, but it was the exact opposite effect for me.
Yes,
The
exactly.
crowd just
Because he
turned
didn't
on
honor it. The crowd, yeah, and like, you know what? That's when you do a video. Said, oh, by the way, I bought this off this jackass, and
me. Nah, you
um,
got a lot more
you don't have to
memory than
name
I
his name.
do.
You don't have to say his name. This jackass auctioned this stuff off. I'm not gonna name his name, but he's a very big YouTuber from California, and he has something to do with storage units. But anyway,
Storage Wars.
yeah,
And
storage unit
he said he
purchases.
was in Storage Wars. I have yet to find an episode that he was in it, but he's
Yeah.
got so many freaking followers. There's no way he wasn't on the show. I mean, I think he's in the. I think
He
he's over
only,
100,000.
I think he only got big because he was pounding around with some other guy who took him
Yes, yes,
places, and
yes.
then he maybe segued off of that and became
He
big
got
himself.
invited back.
Yeah, he was pounding around with some other guy, and because when I first saw him, he was out. They had a flood on the farm or whatever, and they had some drainage ditches they had to clear out and all this stuff, and then he said, "Oh, and I'm going over here with to do this," and this person tried to sell us a storage unit, and we could tell it was set up, and the way the boxes were propped up in there, and all this stuff. And he says, we went in the office and we demanded our $300 back and all this stuff. We threatened to call the cops. And
Well, there's another guy like that is actually
okay.
he's a younger guy.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking about two different guys.
Yeah, this guy he's just to look up Storage Pirate and he'll come up.
It sounds familiar though.
He's not a bad guy. I mean, he's trying to make a living doing all this stuff, and he makes good money doing it. But it's just the way he runs the auctions. You just got to be careful. Like, let's say there's a diamond ring in one of his jewelry, lots, and let's say it's a diamond ring, or let's say it was some gem that he's not familiar with. People aren't that familiar with, like aquamarine. A real aquamarine would be worth some money. A real sapphire is worth some money. And let's say he gets it on there. He bids, he auctions it off. The final price is said. It says it's sold. And then he looks at it and goes, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not sending that to you. That's real. I can't send that to you for that price." Like, what? Like, because you made a mistake, I got to pay for it. Like, what the hell, man? Anyway, Bibby, if you're still here, you're more than welcome to those cards. They are in really good shape, and I'm pretty sure they're 71 72s.
All right. Yeah, well, he's going to contact you, I'm sure. I know Danny said he's going to contact you.
Okay. Just so everyone know right now, I'm in a nice hotel.
Yep.
And it probably won't be till next week till I'm home.
Yeah, well,
as long as everything goes good, I'll be home next week. I was hoping to be home yesterday, but that didn't work out too well.
There you go. So I don't know if you know who Frank's Card Corner is.
Yeah.
Well, here you go. Alex says, Mick, we should get Frank to get his people to straighten him out.
Hey, forget about it.
Send one of the card fathers, capos, and a lieutenant out to pay him a visit.
I will tell you who he reminds me of on Storage Wars. Kind of his cockiness is.
Dan, that guy Dan.
No, Brandy, and her husband, the bald dude, who I like. I can't. What's his
Is
name?
he bald now? That guy? I haven't seen it in so
No,
long.
he was always bald. He used to be a gangbanger, but he's married to the really nice looking blonde. That's
And
got
she had a boob job. When
yes,
they
all
got
that
some
stuff.
money, she got a boob job. Then I saw things like, oh, she regrets getting the boob job now and all this stuff.
Oh,
Really? That kept you on the show, girl.
And it brought her a lot more money because she became like the most popular person on there for the most part.
I since we're talking about Storage Wars, the old guy, the guy that dressed like an old Vegas.
Love him.
When he's just like, yeah, I just take it all in stride, man. Yeah, I like this stuff. Oh, this is so cool. But it's all pretty much staged. We know that.
Well,
but
you know what he's famous for, right?
yeah, he did something else, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I don't
music
know.
stuff in Hollywood. Okay. He had something to do with something in the music industry or something. But the guy's got, yeah. You look at those vehicles he drives. Did you see that big giant silver like bus thing? There's only a couple of them in the world or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
comes driving down the street. Oh my God, yeah. Well, I assume it's his. And then some of the motorcycle. Like I have 3 bikes myself, and I have 2 vintage bikes, and I have a newer bike. But man, he has pulled up on some. You're looking at $200,000-$300,000 bikes that just like, holy crap, man. Now I can't remember his name. And then he had his own show for a while. It did. What's your cat's name again?
That's Shadow.
Shadow. So we have a black cat also, and my wife now says we should have called her Shadow, but we called her Nyx.
Okay, she's not dark. She's not black. She's Russian blue. She's gray.
Oh, gotcha.
But still, charcoal. We could have called her Charcoal, I guess. But what is she doing?
Okay, you gotta talk for a while because I gotta get my beeping to stop.
Okay. Dana Grays, let's see, really quick. I commented on one of the videos, Big Ray, with my email.
Awesome. I will probably email you tonight because I didn't realize it's midnight. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm subbed to you already too. I'm almost positive. I think you and I talked toys one time.
Danny and Gray. Yeah, you said you were on a show one time.
Well, I recognize the icon.
Yeah, that's Grayson. That's Grayson. That's Grayson. Danny and that's Gray.
Grayson, what is that? Is that from Superman or that's a Grayson or is it Grayson Manor?
Dick Grayson was Batman's
that's
Robin.
Robin, okay.
Yeah. What truth? Barry. I don't know.
I can't wait till I can get my grandkids to be part of this stuff and I get that second shot. They're gonna have a ball with this stuff. I can't wait.
You know what? I put away so many, like hundreds of packs of cards for my grandkids to open up. I even have some yak packs for them to open up.
I keep hearing about these yak packs, and I finally watched John open some, and I thought, why?
I bought a case also when they were cheap. After I saw John do it the first time, I'm like, wow, he's doing it. I'm on eBay and I'm buying the case right now. And opened up a bunch of them, but I saved like 1 box and I pulled some packs out. I had my boss do some pack wars with them at work, and then I put some away for my grandkids.
Well, I followed John in kind of that same manner, only I did it with my first 1,000 card baseball card collection or whatever with the supposed LeBron rookie that's worth like $5.
LeBron rookie in every box, right?
Yeah, it's a series, freshman year series. They're really not worth. I mean, I'm sure they will be at some point.
What's she
doing up there?
She went down here, across here, up there, over there, and now she's up there. She just had fun.
You need to come and smack my cat around a little bit.
It's like a jungle gym for her.
Well, here you go. You guys will all get to meet.
Your nurse?
Well, I got to ask her first. I'm live streaming, so.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
So, the one and only,
Nurse.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to go by that or
Yeah.
the one and only Becky, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Becky.
This
You're,
is Boom Slang.
you have
Nice to meet you.
you have 9 people watching you right now.
We're actually
Well,
on his
welcome.
live stream.
There you go. Well, thank you for taking good care of him for us.
You're welcome.
They are too. That's why I keep coming back, I guess.
I was gonna do your vitals. Do you want me to give you time to do this, or do you want me to do them while you're doing it?
No, hey, you guys want to see me get my temperature taken? He
As
can take
long-
me off the screen if he wants. But
As long as you're not getting the anal thermometer, we're good.
Nope.
oh
we
no,
won't
oh
do
no,
that
that was
here.
going to be the highlight at the end.
Dang it.
Oh, here, I'll change hands so you can put it on.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me either way.
Okay.
There, Danny says, "Hey, Becky."
Oh, Danny says, "Hey, Becky." Actually, I think he said it like Joey Tribbiani. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? Except he's from North Carolina. I don't think he has the same accent.
Oh yeah, it's more like, how you doing? I can't even do it.
So Robert says you can't talk now, so I'll do all the
One
talking.
second. Sorry.
Has it always been that way? Not many rookies per box. I have some wax boxes from 84 and 85. They are still worth. Are they still worth anything? Yes, Robert. They are worth. They are worth something. 84 and 85.
So
Everything's gone up.
I have a reason why I brought Becky on. Why I showed her. Her and
Uh-oh.
I were discussing. What I was getting ready to get on and come check it. I saw you and went live. And I was telling her, yeah, I'm a big kid that still plays with baseball cards and, invest and collect and auction, sell, whatever, trade. And I said, you couldn't imagine, what ball cards are worth now. And then she got me all excited because she said, oh, my husband has all of his in boxes and he just doesn't know what to do with them. And they're all from like the 70s and 80s. So I've already offered. Remember that. I'm the first one that offered, Becky.
There you
Some
go.
guy named Boom Slang calls you. Don't take the call.
Oh, dang it. It won't come up as boom slang. It'll come up as like telemarketer or something. But like me. I don't what? No.
Yeah, man.
They call back 5 seconds later. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna answer it. Hello? Man, let them do their spiel. Oh, gee, I already got solar. Sorry. And then I try to say something else, and then they hang up on me. I'm like, what? Wait, you called me and hang up on me?
Yeah.
How rude. Next time I'm
Well,
hanging up on you.
It's like a scammer.
Yeah, you scammer.
Well, guys, I got to push my pain button.
Okay.
And after that, I'll be all loopy and stuff. And I've talked all you guys' ears off tonight anyway. I talked to
Bibbs is gonna try to outbid you.
I know he's the one out there. I know he's the one out there fighting me with Donald's cards. You're not getting the one that you outbid me on tonight. Just know that, Bibby.
Oh, and did Donald have an auction?
No, he sells 77-cent cards with free shipping. And I'm trying to put a 1969 set together. And Bibby keeps bidding me up.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Bibby. I don't know if it's you or not. But most of the time, I'm trying to get a lot of like numbered cards and autographs, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
To try to make my own packs. I wanted to make the Big Ray Buster. Buster open.
I'm calling. Becky, this is Boom Slang. I'm calling on behalf of Big Ray's ball cards and auctions. Hey, remember that offer I made you? Well, I'm willing to up it by 10% if you just send it to this address.
Well, that's the one good thing. I live close. So she said,
oh, and yes, I will pay for that shipping.
She does not know if her husband will be interested, but that she will give him my information. And I said, you know what? I'm more than graciously will tell him what he needs to do, how he can look the stuff up, and get out here and start watching us.
I told this one lady she was selling a lot, and actually ended up being a lot. There was a couple sets of 82 or 92 and 93 basketball in there, but I don't do basketball. But hindsight, Jordan cards are in there.
Hindsight, Shaquille O'Neal's rookie card would be in that.
Okay, but
which I don't know if you guys heard. I did a care package for Bud Stoney,
right.
and I told you this on when I was on your stream last time that I still had my collating notes. Remember how we used to do that back in the 90s? Like you get a pack, and if you would literally keep the cards in order just in case you hit something, and then if
Oh, I
you
never did.
I did that for like almost everything, and it works about, I'd say, about 75 to 80% of the time. It's the same collation. That's how I got my two Joe Montana rookies. That's how I've gotten all my Shaq rookies, and a lot of rookies, even some of the not so expensive junior rookies.
Right.
So yeah, if you've got 92, 93, what did I give him? Hoops? Was that Hoops? I think it was Hoops. I actually shared that video on my. You look like you got a ball card shop. You're there. Did Bibby sell you all his overstock?
No,
He got
no,
out of the business.
No, that's mine from all the years I've been doing it. I paid $10 for that display case, so
Damn. Every time I hear those kind of deals, I see Batman from the first with the first one when it came back out. Oh, you got to put that closer to the screen. I gotta see those I gotta see the sides.
it's its second year.
No, that's his rookie card.
Um,
Yeah, that's his rookie card. I'm absolutely 1000% that is his rookie card.
oh, because of the stats are yeah. Well, anyway,
How well centered is it, Boom? Oh, it's graded. Holy shit!
well, this is a different one. I got an autograph from.
What's the grade on? Is that a 10?
Autograph is an 8. I didn't get the card graded.
Oh man.
The card is a 5. Excellent 5. It's EX5.
Oh, okay.
But the autograph is only an 8. And I'm like, what? Because it's in pen? Because it's in pen from back then? It's not a fine Sharpie like today. This one is not great at all, but it's off center a little bit the other way.
Yeah, I've got one that's about like that. Then I have one that's just, and it saw air for about 20 seconds. I was in a card shop and coming home from work, traffic sucked, decided to get off the highway, knew there was a card shop in a certain area, went over, nobody else in the shop. And I asked him if he had any 1980 packs. And this was in maybe 91, 92. And asked him if he had any. He said, yeah, I got some cello packs. I was like, even better, because I could see the front and the back card. And he actually had 3 packs. And I said, can you just put them up here? I just want to see who's on the back. So he put them up there. He said, yeah, I've been opening a lot of these trying to hit that Montana rookie. I almost don't even want to sell you. I just almost don't even want to sell you. I was like, well, how much? He said, well, it's $5 a pack. Back then that was actually kind of shocking. Like, damn, $5 a pack. Like, and then I turned it over and I saw the card on the back and I said, I'll take this one. And then I looked, when he turned his back, I kind of moved the top card on another one of them. I didn't see anything. I went to the next one, turned it over, moved that card, and then I saw one that I recognized, and I bought the 2 packs. And
you didn't open in front of him, did you?
He wanted me to.
Oh, dang!
And then he got like
upset,
like seriously upset, like not really angry and yelling at me or anything, but he was effing this and I freaking this and I
spent $500.
But the one thing that he did do
$10
is he went up and he got the screw downs, and he gave me 2 screw downs overpriced. I said, you know what? I'll pay your price for them. I was like, he said, I cannot believe you were able to pick the 2 packs out of the 3 that had the Montana. I said, it's just luck of the draw.
There you go. I had no idea what I was doing.
But I think the one that I have the one that's it's perfectly centered. I think it would grade out at least a 9.
Nice.
But here's my thing. I just can't. I don't know. I just can't trust to put something in the mail that's like that. One, it's just one of my favorite cards. Joe Montana was, my favorite player for the longest time, and
He's a Pennsylvania boy.
he's a Notre Dame boy too. So remember that. I actually watched that game, the championship in Houston against Houston when it was colder than crap and he was sick and everything. And at the time, it was the biggest comeback in national championship history. He came back in the third quarter. I think he was running 103-degree temperature, and they were feeding him chicken noodle soup in the locker room.
Best thing for when you're sick, chicken noodle soup.
It obviously did something because, man, he came back and played like with a vengeance, like he played all year. And at the time, I was a Vikings fan, and that year the Vikings needed a quarterback. I thought he was kind of, nationally known as this great comeback, kid, kind of like Harbaugh got to be known, and he just wasn't. I mean, he still got drafted early, but he didn't get drafted by the Vikings that I liked at the time. He got drafted by the lowly, and I mean back then, the lowly San Francisco 49ers. And I had already said it in front of all my friends. And when San Francisco took him, I'm not kidding you, my heart fell to my stomach, just like, oh man, he's just going to go there and waste. And instead, he wasn't a starter. He only became a starter because of injury. Same thing as it was in college. And man, did he show him. Like I know Tom Brady is, I'll admit it. He's
the GOAT.
You can't argue the numbers, period. That he probably one of them, one of his Super Bowls I don't count, and that was the first one when they played against St. Louis. St. Louis on paper should have killed them, and then later they had the whole investigation, and it was found they were cheating, and they got fined $1 million or some crap like that, and then what do? So the government can't do any kind of investigation on it. They burn the tapes. I gotta say, that's probably one of the smartest things I've ever heard of doing, because you really have no obligation. What do you take now? The screw down.
Nothing, because I don't have a bit big enough.
That's what she said.
Or small enough, I mean.
Well, she said that too. I don't think they'd ever say that. I have to ask every nurse in here if they're, watch The Office.
Right.
Before I blurt that out. I say it way too much. Because I'm a 55-year-old kid. I'm going to check out the chat for a second. I don't mean to leave you guys with crickets, but Danny, if you're still here, I'm going to page to the bottom. If you're still here, what do you collect more, like antique type toys, or more of like genre stuff, like John Jabs? He does genre stuff of like the 90s stuff that he grew up with. What do you? Okay, I see you're still here. So if you were able to,
I had to get the old standby butter knife.
oh no, I was reading Robert Holmes. It said something about classify Big Ray. I don't know what that.
Classily, Big Ray, you, sir, are a classy man. Classily man.
Oh.
Everyone is rolling the dirt
man.
as you stood up above it all. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. If that's not a joke, I'm like
I'm trying
sitting
to
here
break
with
the
tubes
seal
in my
on this.
nose, and wow, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Very very appreciative of that. So, Danny, more antique type toys, or you just collect like toys of value, or what you grew up with, or here it goes. We collect different stuff. Power Rangers, Thomas the Train, Disney Pixar cars. Oh my God, I've got a ton of those. Like Lightning McQueen, diecast cars. Yes, stuff from the 90s. Okay, okay. I collect more of like, you know, some 80s and back, I would say. So I was just going to see if you wanted to. I know I think we talked at one point, and I was going to go through an old toy chest from the 1940s. I think I'm going to do that in a live stream as soon as I get planted in a place for long enough time to actually get anything done. But yeah, I've got a ton of. I mean, it's not stuff in boxes and stuff like that. That's John likes the really
Oh,
high
yeah.
end
There
boxed
you go.
up stuff. I
Yeah.
sent John one of those. He actually put it in a video finally. I sent him a one of those Ghostbuster little gun popper shooter thingies, and he definitely returned the fate. Like, I wasn't expecting anything. Diecast like Hot Wheels collection. I've got I've got I actually there is a Transformer Hot Wheel that like opens up into, I don't know, into a Transformer, and my stepson told me that that's like might be worth a little bit, and so I'm guessing that. Okay, great. Okay, so wait a minute, now I got mixed up because now it's Jay's mix. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
Well,
That's what
no,
I got from him.
he was talking about Danny, or yeah. So anyway, Danny, if I come
Oh,
across some of that stuff, I bought most of it like through Goodwills, and I'm a I'm an avid freaking thrift store shopper, that for the same reason every one of us else goes in there and does it, trying to find that deal that somebody threw away.
I just
But
go there for the experience. What do you think? What? 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 I go there to socialize. What do you go there for?
oh, I go out there and hang out with the cashiers.
No, I like hanging around the people that get. I went to the only one time, by the way, and they had these huge bins they would roll out, and people were
Yeah.
there with shopping carts. People there with shopping carts. I just went there looking for baseball cards because I heard, hey, you can probably find some baseball cards there. No baseball cards. Tons of books, tons of like stuffed animals and stuff. So here you go.
Let me X out of the chat. Yeah. Oh my God, that's exactly what both of mine look like. Exactly. Like that's the exact. Oh God, no, not that thick a case. I didn't have the big Mambo Jumbo. I don't think they even made those back then.
I bought 8 of these off of eBay because I'm like, man, I got to put these in. I got to put some of my cards in these things. I have one. Like I got this here, like half incher,
Yeah, that's the ones that we had back in the day.
and I already had 2 with cards in. It's like 1940 play ball, and these are whatever they are. I forget. They're Hanson cigarette cards, but they're missing they're like the trifolders, T212s or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But the wing cards are missing off of these. But the bottom one's Ty Cobb, stealing third base.
Who is it? Who is it stealing?
Ty Cobb.
Oh man, another one of my favorite. Like I obviously never got to see him play, but I did a report on him. What does that say?
Cobb steals third.
I was reading the bottom of the brand, like Hassan or
It's
I
on
say,
cork tip cigarettes, the original smoke.
wow, man, wow. I have a couple of Ty Cobb cards, but obviously they're all reprints. But I like him as a player just because I did a report on him like when I was in high school, and he was a dirty SOB, but he was just unbelievable good.
I don't know. See, so there's someone who did a YouTube video on it, and I watched it, and they're saying, and I don't know if it was baseball collector like Mike or whoever did it. Someone did it, and they're like, Cobb was really not as dirty as that one unauthorized biography that everyone seems to know him from. And there was another author who debunked a lot of stuff that was said about Cobb in that other guy's book that that everyone I guess knows the bad
I was
thing.
going to say it was other players that, I mean, of course I was in high school, so whatever's in a book has to be true, right?
Yeah. Well, again, what do we know? We weren't there. Cobb,
Yeah.
when did he pass away? In the late 60s or 70s? I'm not sure.
I think it was in the 60s.
So, I mean, I remember seeing TV shows with him on like Hollywood Squares or something like that. What's My Line? Whatever. It was somebody's game show thing
Right.
you had to guess who he was. What's My Line?
Yeah, What's My Line?
And he was on that show, and yeah, people were trying to guess, asking questions, and they couldn't figure out who he was either. And then like Ty Cobb, and he's this old bald headed guy, and really nice. Like, I mean, like nothing like his reputation.
That doesn't mean you got to be that way on the field. But I know that he managed and played at the same time, if I remember correctly.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
I'm almost positive, like he was kind of like the Bill Russell of baseball. I watched anything Mickey Mantle I will watch. If he's in an interview, if it's just an old home run derby,
I love
when they actually had it as a show.
I love them.
Oh, it's just so awesome. I watched the other night. It was when Costas had the late night show. It was just called Late, I think, with Bob Costas, and it's a great interview with Mick. He starts talking about, he's talking about the best pitchers that he ever faced, who he hit his first home run off of, who this, that, and he's firing back at Costas saying, you could probably name them better than I could, and so he actually took a stab at it, and he didn't get him, but I was shocked at how much. I mean, Costas is a very, very sports knowledgeable. Like, I mean, obviously who he is, but I mean, I'm talking detail stuff like knowing averages and slugging percentages and just having that in your head. But the one thing, so my three favorite players of all time, they're all about the same type of player: Mickey Mantle, Pete Rose, and Mike Trout. And Mike Trout has just been probably within the last 5 years or so.
Listen, Mike, I was down.
I like Trout. I think he's very humble. He was born in the same state I was born in. I also thought he was Steve Trout's son, which is not true at all.
Well,
I think I actually said that in a video, in one of my videos. But the one thing he said, he was talking about Pete Rose, and I've, through business dealings and stuff that my mom's boyfriend long ago had, I met him a ton of times. And I saw somebody, I don't know if it was in your stream or somebody's stream, that said, Pete still signs cards and stuff out in Vegas. Well, I didn't know that. And we were at Vegas. We were staying at the Delano, which is, I think, attached to Mandalay Bay. And we got up early one morning. I wanted to have breakfast with her before we were there for a conference for her work. And I was there to gamble. And we were walking by, and it's like, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like we're like in the connecting area between the two hotels, which are basically, it's the same owners. And all of a sudden, I walked by and I look and I thought, no way. And so we kept walking. I said, honey, stop. She's like, what's wrong? I said, I think that's Pete Rose. So I turned back around. I looked up. He said, come on over. He's like, I'll do some stuff early if you want it.
He's very personable. I met
He
him.
is, yeah, he
year
is
or so
just,
ago.
he's so honest. I've met him other times in Florida. My sister, they owned a bar. He likes to drink. Put two and two together. There was a card shop literally directly across the front doors to their bar. And she saw where he was coming, and she had taken a baseball, one of the baseballs he had signed for me, but he personalized it to me. And it was actually one of the boys that they went down to a park, and they supposedly went and played baseball and blah, blah, blah. And the ball got lost, which we all know it ended up in the glove compartment of whatever that guy was, because, none of them guys would have ever hit a baseball signed by Pete Rose. So never got that ball back, but I razzed her our entire lives. Well, she went over and had the saying exactly what it said. She had asked me a couple times, what exactly did that ball say again? And I'm like, it doesn't matter, Marty. And my sister's name's Marty. Anyway, she went over and she got an 8x10 taken with him, and he signed that for her. And then he signed a ball for me that said, to Mark, best wishes, Pete Rose, #Towhead. Only second person in my life that had ever called me freaking Towhead. I knew then what it meant, at that point.
Mhm.
So and he didn't have the Towhead part on the other one. And what I really wanted was I wanted a baseball that said, and I've seen him, he signed them like this, that said, I'm sorry, I bet on baseball. Yeah. I love that card.
He'll sign
I love
them.
that ball.
He'll sign it, and you pay a little extra for it, but he'll do it.
Yeah. The shop wasn't even open yet. So the owner comes like running out at us like, hey, we're not open. You're not. And he's like, hey, hold on. He's like, I got him. We're just talking. I'm going to, see if I got stuff out here on the table. But it was his stuff. It wasn't the store stuff. And I think that's why the owner was a little like, damn it, man. Anyway, I just told him I'd come back. I didn't want to, we needed to eat and she needed to get to her conference stuff. And so we just started talking about the old times, and he, the stuff he remembered me vaguely of being there with, he knew my mom, he knew Mel, her boyfriend, who sold him all of his restaurant equipment for his restaurants over in Cincinnati. And it was just so cool. But anyway, Mick was talking about Pete Rose and his hitting. He was saying, as in the greatest hitters you've ever seen in the game, who would you consider? And, he said, obviously, Babe Ruth. Nobody, what pitcher is ever going to hit like that ever again? He said, I don't care what. He said, Babe also had not a bad, ERA.
Yeah, he was a good pitcher.
Big guy. And then he named a couple other people. And Costas said, well, what about Rose? He's, he said, we always, what I used to tell Pete was, are you going to wear your dress today? Because he was, what do you call him? A blooper. He popped little bloopers just enough to get him get on base. And I thought, well, hell, and they won a lot of World Series too, doing that,
Mm-hmm.
that's and there's guys that, you get into the postseason, that becomes strategy. And
right.
Anyway, he was kind of.
But during Mick's time, they did. You had great hitters like Ted Williams that would drive the ball. Not
he
just.
He actually said that Ted Williams was probably the greatest hitter of all time.
Yeah.
And then the other thing he said,
it's all from his era. He can't really relate to Rose.
Well, Rose, he knew him. He played.
I know him. Yeah.
But he just said that that's not a big hitter. That's a guy that's poking here, poking there, poking here, poking there. And he said, but I love Pete. He said, I'm not trying to disparage the guy or anything. He said, and that's probably going to be a record that'll never be broken. But I said that about DiMaggio. I didn't think it would ever be broken. And he said, at the time, I'm not sure if Cal had broken the record yet. But I think he mentioned something about that. But if any of you have any time to just look up Costas Mantle interview, and it's a great interview. And you can tell he may have had a little toast or something. I see something highlight. Rose was the man. Got 2 of his autographs. Charlie Hustle is the hit king. Absolutely he is. And I just really wish they'd get over this crap. If they put one of these guys that did, you can call them PEDs, you can call them horse testosterone, whatever, you can call them whatever. He wasn't doing any of that stuff. He if anything, he should have been from drinking so much. Mickey and Pete both, having the night out the night before and coming into the game and smelling like a brewery and going in and going 3 for 4 and 3 runs batted in and possibly a home run in there or something. But I just love those old interviews, man, with him. He is the one thing he said was, when I was playing baseball, I wasn't that popular. And I thought, where did you ever get an idea like that? Like, it seemed like everyone loved him. But New York is New York, and the press is the press. And if you're not, you're not being the next DiMaggio, then they were harsh on him. And he said, when I became popular was the year after I retired. And he said, all of a sudden, I'd be at restaurants, I'd be at the airport, all of a sudden there's a crowd of people, and I just could not understand why in the world they wanted my autograph.
Right. Yeah.
And I just, man, I wish Topps would get those rights back. I wish his son would. Yeah. I just wish his son would just do the right thing. Not that Panini's bad, but Panini's never going to have MLB licensing as long as he holds on to the Mantle stuff or licensing, or at least doesn't try to charge him out the butt, to put his stuff out and stuff. But I don't know. I hope that someday people look at things better than money and look at the happiness and the good things that happened because of these guys and all the joy it brought all of us. Boom, well, you're always putting sets together. I am currently putting together the Chrome Update Sapphire. I'm getting there. I've got the expensive cards out of there already. I got all of this year's rookies, the good rookies: Carlson, Dahlbeck, Mountcastle, what's the Pearson, and 2 others I got for $5 a piece off of one eBayer. When I went back out there to go get a couple of more Dahlbecks, yeah, he had them up to $35 a piece, which I still think is a steal. Impact player.
If you want to TTM someone, Bobby Richardson, teammate of Mantle, right?
Right.
And so I asked him a question. I wrote to him back 2 years ago. 3/1 of 2019 is when he responded back. All right. And I just asked him, it says, I asked him about Bobby Shantz as a teammate, because Bobby Shantz was a Yankee.
Isn't it Shantz?
Shantz, that's right, Shantz.
Yeah, Shantz.
But we
I
around
only
here
know
we get
that
it
from
wrong.
watching old games.
Right, but I didn't know that either. And I was playing baseball last year, in a wooden bat league in New Jersey, and
Nice.
one of my teammates who was new to the team, but I hadn't played for a couple years, so they needed players. And I came back, and I was talking to him, and he says, "Yeah, I know Bobby Shantz, because everyone goes. Everyone, like I used to have lunch with him like once a month. We would go out for lunch, he and I.
Wow.
And he goes, I was over his house one day, and a lot of his family were coming over. I think it was a birthday or something like that. And he said, yeah, everyone's calling him Shantz. And he says, yeah, his real name is Shantz. We all been saying it wrong all these years, Shantz. So I'm like, man, next time I see Bobby Shantz, because he always does the card show over here in Philly at the convention center or the casino, right? The Philly show is called. I'm going to walk up to Bobby's table. I'm going to say, hey, Bob, Mr. Shantz, and just watch him have a heart attack. Maybe, I don't know. He's 90 something years old. Just finally someone to get his name right. Because for the longest time I was saying it wrong.
It was commentators. It was, if you remember, when he played, we had a little problem with Germany around that time. So Shantz probably came off better on TV than Shantz. That sounds very German. Is what I'm guessing. That would be my guess why commentators were saying Shantz instead of Shantz.
So I asked him about Bobby Shantz, and he says Bobby Shantz is one of my closest friends and a great teammate. So they're still friends today.
Wow.
And he says, glad to send the book your way, and I hope you like it. When you come to see me, when you come to South Carolina, give me a call and we'll have lunch. Because I like, hey Bobby, I'd really like to come down and just have lunch with you. Just talk baseball. I wanted to record it for my YouTube channel and all this good stuff. I'm like, if you don't mind, I would really love to do that. And of course, he's such a nice guy. He's like, yeah, come on down. We'll have lunch. As long as it's not during the months that I'm on vacation. They go away. They go to the shore house or whatever. Well, I can only get my vacation when I can get it. And it was during the months that he even mentioned in the book, the months that they go off to their summer home at the beach. And so I was still going to go to his house. My wife was like, no, you're going to get arrested. Don't go. You're going to get, I'm like, I'm going.
That's awesome.
I said, look, I got this letter. It's inviting me. This is my proof. I can come for lunch. I'm going. But I didn't go.
No. I was waiting for the big story of the lunch.
No, because he wasn't there. He wasn't home. I was there the month that he was off.
Oh,
I didn't even go. My wife was like, he's probably got security guards. You're going to get arrested. I'm like, he don't have security guards. He's just a regular guy. I read the book. I kind of know how he is. He's just a down-home guy.
Are my words slurring yet? Just wondering.
No. You're doing good.
All right.
So give me a call and we'll have lunch. He says I spend 4 months a year at the beach, though. Give me a call.
Go up to Connecticut or something.
When you're all right, and we'll see if we can. When you arrive, and we'll see if we can work it out. Sincerely, Bobby Richardson. Beautiful signature, by the way. Oops, gotta get that
Very
left and
nice.
right. Now, so we corresponded a couple times back and forth, and I TTM'd him. That's kind of how I first started. I'm like, I asked him questions about Mickey Mantle. The first questions I asked him about Mickey Mantle. So, that's not him. This is that's not him.
What was the question you asked him? It's my internet. I couldn't make out.
Well, I just asked about Mantle. I was just like, how was Mantle as a teammate?
He actually mentions him. Oh wow! Look at that. Damn.
So this is his own card he sent back, but this is my card that I sent to him to have him sign it. 62.
Very nice. I haven't done that. I have not done any TTMs. I got to start getting into that.
That's a beautiful signature. And he sends these out. I forget what they call them.
So does Donald Blomdahl.
Right. But Donald Blomdahl doesn't have Bobby Richardson sign it.
Look at you now. Now that's just showing off.
Right. And so I asked him a question, and he sent me this tracks. I think they call these tracks, right? Something like that. That's the religious term for them, I think.
It's a religious thing?
Yeah. It talks about his Mickey Mantle's final inning, and it talks about how Mantle found God at the end of his life. You know, when he knew he was dying of cancer, and he summoned Bobby to come to Dallas, to Texas, to be by his bedside, and basically kind of help him, receive God and all that good stuff.
I think he talks about Bobby in an interview with Dick Cavett. Because didn't they also sit right next to each other in the locker room?
I
And
don't
they
know
were
if they,
roommates.
I don't know. I don't know if they were roommates because Bob Richardson was roommates with Tony Kubek, who was a religious guy too,
Okay.
and but different religions, but still were religious people. Where Mantle fell in with
Yeah.
Billy Martin and the other guys. So he sent me this. I have another letter too somewhere from him. He personalized his book for me.
Oh wow! Look at his
Right.
writing.
I know,
Dang.
it's beautiful. He's 80
I'll
something
tell you
years
what.
old.
And he's 90
Well, he's
something years
90
old.
now. Yeah. Right. And
Damn,
so's and
that's some nice. I mean, I guarantee you, if Montana's autograph would have been looking like that, you would have got a 10.
we got a 10. I know, right? But so I read this whole book, and he sent me some more stuff. I have other letters from him upstairs, and I was so
So cool.
stoked. I was like, my God, I'm gonna go have lunch with Bobby Richardson. And then it never happened. And then obviously COVID happened, and we all lost all of last year. I didn't even TTM at all last year, and I'm not a big TTMer.
Did he make it through COVID?
I'm sure he did. I haven't heard him. We've been hearing about all the guys that have been croaking.
Well, that's true.
And Bobby was on a lot of those championship Yankee teams too. And this book is so great. It talks about Mantle. It talks about the whole Copacabana thing, what really happened.
Right.
It's in this book, and he paid the shipping on his book. He only charged me $10 for the book, and he paid the shipping to send it to me. I asked him for more. I'm like, hey, Bobby, I'll pay $10. Send me 5 more. I'll sign 5 more, and I'll hand them out on my channel, free to people. I'll have my giveaways for people on my channel, but I'll pay you for the books if you're going to sell them for $10 each. But he never responded back to that letter.
So what year did he start playing? Because he's younger than Mantle, right?
Yes, Mantle was already like a veteran when Bobby came up, but
Okay.
not that much of a veteran. I'd say he's been there a couple years now.
2-3
But
years.
Mantle was the guy. Mantle was a guy who ran the team. Now he was the guy.
He was the new Joe.
Yeah, he was no more Joe. There was nothing.
That's another thing in the interview. Costas was asking him about DiMaggio, and he said, Joe was a great guy. He said, but I really didn't get to know him. He said, didn't you room with him? He said, I did. That's who I'm thinking of. He said, I also sat right next to him.
Good night, Alex.
Room. But he said the man just did not talk a whole lot. He was down to business. And, especially on game day, Joe didn't talk when you were in the locker room, unless he was the one that did the prayer or something like that. He said, he just wasn't a real talkative guy. And then I started thinking,
Joe
he was freaking Mr. Coffee. What are you talking about?
But, yeah, he and Mantle didn't talk in the beginning. And we don't know the real reason why, but they buried the hatchet. People think they were like, they buried the hatchet a long time ago, a long time before they passed away and stuff. The hatchet was buried between those two. So
between who?
DiMaggio and Mantle.
Well, they only played 1 year together. That I didn't know. They only played his rookie season together.
Right, but it was still years after that they didn't supposedly get along. But
I thought it had something to do with DiMaggio's wife. That's what I always thought it was about.
Which one? Marilyn?
Marilyn, yeah. who was really truly the love of his life, you know. And
Yes, yes.
and I mean, I've read that, but it's hearsay, you know. I mean, it's hearsay, but that to not to talk to one of your teammates for that long, I would have to think it'd have to be something pretty serious like that.
Yeah, but they
But
they buried
he
that.
said that everyone was expecting him to be the new Joe DiMaggio, and he had so much pressure on him. He said, but the one good thing, he said, me and Joe roomed together, and I can't remember if he not retired, but like either got injured or something his last year of playing, and so Mick had his own room all the time. He didn't have a roommate.
Ah,
And so
I
he
didn't know
later on, he starts talking about the guy that becomes his roommate a year later or a couple of years later or something, that they ended up becoming best friends. And he may have been talking about Danny. Is that right? That's his name, right?
who?
The
Bobby
guy Bobby,
Richardson?
not Danny, Bobby.
I don't know. I have to go back and read the book again to see if what he talked about the early years. But I mean, it's mostly about Richardson and his upcoming and his way of life in South Carolina. He still lives in the same town that he grew up in.
Wow. And you know,
Um,
90% of those people under 50 probably don't even know who he is.
he retired at 31. He could have still played. He retired to spend time with his family, his boys, and
That tells you a lot about the man right there.
yeah. I mean, they didn't make a lot of money anyway, but you know, his first contract for baseball card company Topps. You know what they gave him? Gave him two choices. You take $250, right? Here's $250 check, or color TV. He took the TV so his mother-in-law and wife could watch the games. That was his first contract for signing with the Topps baseball card company.
I actually, I just don't remember him being like a star player.
He's the only person to be a MVP for a World Series on a losing team. He had 12 or 13 hits in that series.
I know. Yep. I actually just that came up on something just the other day.
Yeah, he wore number
so
one.
I meant like his name just wasn't.
No, it's not. Yeah, he was not a great hitter. He was not a great hitter, but he strung hits together at key times. And decent defender. Your second baseman.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to say I thought he was a pretty good defender.
I forget what number he was. I think he might have been number 2. And then after Billy Martin got shipped off to Kansas City after the Copacabana thing,
yeah,
the equipment guy came in and gave him Billy Martin's number. So you know he felt really bad, and now he's got Billy's number too. On top of that, but yeah, then he was platooned all the time, and Ralph Houck didn't like him. Who else was the manager before that? Casey, when Casey came up, because Casey Stengel was his manager in the minor leagues. And Casey Stengel loved Bobby Richardson. So when Casey took over the Yankees, that's when he brought him up.
Sorry.
Right?
Yep. Every now and then, it just happens every now and then. Sorry. I hate that. I was getting ready to try to just turn the camera real quick, but it just happens like that, and then it goes away.
So where was that pain at?
Down in my bowel area.
In your stomach type.
Lower. It's below the belly. Well, this pain is just below my belly button and then over to the left. And I had surgery there almost a year ago, where they resected part of my small intestine, and then I had to come back about 5 months later, and they had to do the same thing on the other side. And so me actually being here now was completely unplanned. I was going to the doctor. I had been having some pains. I had some scans, and the scans came back, good, clean. But I have 2 oncologists. I have one that does He's a radiation oncologist, and he did the tumors in my head. So I had 11 tumors in my head all together.
Mm-hmm.
No side effects or anything. I mean, I'm okay, but but
Nervous
uh,
kid.
and the guy's name, and he's so freaking smart, like literally the smartest person I've ever met, probably will ever meet. And his name is Dr. Watson. You know, like the IBM
Holmes and
computer.
Watson.
Yeah, I thought they were kidding when they were saying it. You know, when I got referred to him, I thought they were kidding, like calling him that because he's just that freaking smart. And I went in with kind of not an attitude, but kind of a like, you know, I've worked in IT. You know, you're not dumb if you're working in, you know, high tech stuff. And I had the authority of God basically on large corporate systems. So I met a lot of very, very smart people in my life. And
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of went in thinking, all right, well, we'll see. We'll put a little test to it. He is the only doctor that I've ever had, ever even heard that they could do this. I think he has a photographic memory.
Mm-hmm.
He came in, I'd never seen him before. He'd never met me. He'd already read my chart. He came in, twirling a pen in his fingers, just twirling it around perfectly like a drummer. Comes in and says, Mark, I'm like, yeah, Dr. Watson. He's like, yeah. He's like, nice to meet you. And this is your wife, and this is your daughter, blah, blah, blah. Now, between the three of us, now this is when everything first kind of started. And I mean, you know, you find out you got a tumor in your brain, or actually at that time I had two. And I don't care if they're, you know, that small, you know, tiny, it still scares the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I started with the questions, and then my wife is a very intelligent lady. She had probably 15, 20 questions for him. My daughter, on top of it, intelligent young lady, you know, went to college. She's just a smart girl. She probably had another 10 questions for him besides the ones that would just pop up in between. He answered every single question without getting a piece of paper out, looking in a chart, or getting on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
He just sat on the edge of the table or desk or whatever you want to call it in those little examination rooms and answered every single question perfectly. He made me feel, that's when I knew, even though, I mean, I'll tell you now, I had cancer throughout my entire body. My scan, I should post it sometime in a video or something, but I really never told anybody anything. John Jabs, he knew, Corey knew, and that was basically it. And then it just accidentally got brought out, and there, you know, there were a bunch of apologies that were not needed. But the thing for me is, I hate pity.
Mm-hmm.
I worked hard my whole life. I don't need it. I don't want it. And
Right.
the other thing is when people know, this is when my family gets all pissed off at me. Especially, I have 5 sisters. When I don't tell them, like they don't know I'm in the hospital right now.
Right.
And when they do find out, it's you know, at that point, it's like, it's not about you at that point, Mark. It's about us, and it's how we feel. And I do understand it, but I cannot stand for people to worry. That
Right.
is, worry is the most useless thing a person can do, and it just adds years to the wrinkles in your forehead, you know, and messes your gut up, and anxiety and depression. And there you go. See?
And not to mention the hair loss.
Well, you can
Too
see
much.
I don't worry, and I worried last night. We had some complications last night. That's why I didn't get to see my Griffey get open last night. But we anyway, that I didn't want that to be like, I didn't want to get subscribers because of that. I didn't want
Right. Yeah.
You know, my purpose wasn't to go raise money and stuff like that. Like I just didn't. Obviously, it's part of my life. And eventually it just started talking about it. And I was like, you know, screw it. You know what? There's people out there that may have the exact thing that I have that,
Right.
hell, I thought I was dead. I'm not
So
kidding.
Yeah.
That picture, so I'm laying down, my knees are up, and everything that turns white in that picture is the contrast. That's what the cancer was.
Hmm.
I looked like a Christmas tree that had all white lights on it, all the way from my ankles, all the way to my brain. And the oncologist I had at the time did not seem to have a very good sense of urgency for me.
Right.
I mean, it's only my life. And I got really pissed. And I'm not that kind of guy. I don't have a big high hot temper or anything like that. I can, but I don't, especially in a professional setting or anything. But I literally, I was standing up and I just turned my back to him after he showed me the first picture. I didn't even know about the brain yet. And I turned around and there ain't no kids out here on this right now. I just turned and then I turned back to him and he was kind of turned around, still sitting there all nonchalant. And I said, "Do you have a fucking sense of urgency now?" I was sorry for anybody out there for that word, but we'll edit it out later, right? And he was just like, "Hey, I have to do what the insurance and I have to go." No. You're a freaking
That's not
doctor
the
and you're an
answer, Jim.
oncologist. You're doing it and you're getting more money because probably just like me, you're wondering what kind of chance do I even have? And so I came back to my previous oncologist. This is the third time I've had cancer. This is the absolute worst that I've ever had it. But, I had over 100 tumors. I'll just say that. And now I probably have maybe 30.
Nice.
And and part of that is he also put me on the wrong treatments, which made all this gut problem. It made me start bleeding internally, and thus, hell, we were on a trip in California. I was out by LA. What's the other airport where they make the movies and all the movie theater or all the movie where they make movies and stuff.
Hollywood.
No, not Hollywood.
LAX is the airport, right?
Yeah, what's the other airport that everybody flies into because you don't want to fly into LAX? You get a rental car there, and you can get pretty much anywhere a lot faster.
I don't know.
New Palestine keeps coming in. I'm like, no, it's a P. See, this is what this medicine that you hear beeping does to me too. Shit, it's where Johnny Carson lived. Burbank, not a P, a B. Burbank.
Burbank.
So
Okay.
we were in Burbank, and I got a call, and it's now my new oncologist or new old oncologist, and he said, "I need you here in the morning, and I need you to be prepped because we got to go in and do a little bit of exploratory, and at minimum we've got to do a scope." And I was like, "I'm in California, like what?" And so here's a plug. Southwest Airlines, to me, greatest airlines on the planet. They got me home so fast, me and my wife. They made room on a plane that was packed. And it was, it was 3:00 in the morning when I started trying to, we were just so nervous and scared about everything. I called the lady. I told her what was going on. She put me on with a supervisor, and that supervisor had us 2 tickets back in like 3 hours from when she called me back.
Nice.
So I got back and was actually able to go straight to I went to where they do the, God, I hate saying that. They do the scope up your rear. And they found out that they couldn't go that way, that there was some blockage, and so they did it the other way, and they went down through my throat. No, not with the same instrument.
No, hopefully they cleaned it. But yeah, I know what you mean. My wife got a couple of those scopes down the throat. have sore throat.
You said you were born in '59. You should have had a few yourself
I've
already.
had two. I've had two.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
It's if I would have when I turned 50, we probably would have caught this on very early.
I think I had my first one at 50 or before because I was having because I asked because you had the same reaction I had. Was getting like stabbing pains in my stomach in different areas in my abdomen, let's say. And I didn't know what it was, and I would just be at work and all of a sudden be like, ow. Like, ow. What?
Let me guess. Give me 3 guesses. First, kidney stone.
I've had kidney stones, but no, I know what a kidney stone feels like. This was not a kidney stone.
Diverticulitis.
They said it was not that.
Oh wow. Okay. Third, my third would be the worst, and that would be you had a little bit of cancer.
I had cancer, but not where you think. So I was having all these stomach issues. I was getting all full body scans, all this stuff, doing dyes, trying to figure out what's going on. And finally,
what year was this?
Like 2017, maybe.
Okay, so just a few years ago.
Yeah, maybe 2016. But anyway, I was going to my family practice doctor, and she goes, "Listen, I know I've been sending you out for a lot of X-rays and full body scans and all this stuff, you know." And she's feeling my night. She goes, "But I need you to go one more place. I need you to go over here and get an ultrasound on your thyroid."
Oh, that's right. You had the same thing that Eric had. That's right.
Eric had, yeah. I had mine. So I had mine a little bit right before his, I think, because I was calling him and relating to him. Hey, listen, I had the same surgery, and you know, at least it's the most curable form of cancer that you could possibly get. Supposedly, that's what they were telling me. And so what they do, and you can barely see it, but they took mine out because it was confirmed the biopsy said was cancer. But as soon as they took that out, all those pains stopped. Like you just had, those pains all went away as soon as they took the thyroid out. So I don't know if it's related, but your thyroid like does so much more than what you just think.
It actually helps with your digestive system as well as because they had to check that on me as well.
Okay.
Even this time they had to check that. Wow, man, God bless, dude. I'm so happy that you're here now talking and doing all the things in life you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, we had the same concerns too, because you say when you hear the C word, the first C word, you go, "Oh my God, what?" Like how?
Oh, I knew that it was probably cancer, but my first 2 times were pretty easy. I mean, the first time they just took it off, and that's it. It was melanoma, and then the second time, not as easy, but I had it in a lymph node under my arm. They went in, took 17 lymph nodes out, and then I had the option as to whether or not to do a certain treatment. Really wish I never would have, but it was going to give me a 35% more chance that it wouldn't recur for at least 5 years. Right. So I thought, I can take a treatment. It was for a year. I had to give myself, at first I had to go through intense or whatever, intense treatments where it's highly concentrated. But I will tell you, and anyone out there, if any doctor wants to cure you or give you something that we as human beings, we produce it naturally, and it's called interferon. And for a while there, in the late 90s and up to about 2010, they were using that to treat everything from what's the blood disease that you get? There's like
sickle cell.
No, like there's like A, B, C.
Hepatitis.
Yeah, that they were treating that with it, and they were treating everything with it. The bad thing is they just didn't have a whole lot of research on it yet. So it was very hard for me to look up actual cases. Mm-hmm. And man, the stuff I looked up, it wasn't good, but I thought I can get through it. At the time I was working 3 nights a week, 12-hour shifts. And it was, I mean, and it was in IT. I ran a data center, and I just really wish it's gone now. They don't even use it here. I think
Right.
there's a big lawsuit against it, and I think
Class action. Yeah.
it changed me for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
It does bad things, as they say at the beginning of True Blood. You remember that show, True Blood? Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
It was on HBO. It was a vampire kind of movie, but
Oh, okay.
the only thing I liked about the whole show was the song in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
It's
Mhm.
from like a blues kind of artist that I like, and they ended up using the song for the intro to that show. But anyway, I did it. I made it through the year, and it really messed me up. I mean, it was the reason for divorce. It was horrible, dude. It was, and then to find out I really didn't even need to take it. It really didn't do anything for me.
Right.
And so Interferon, is there anybody left?
6 people.
Oh, wow. We're just here talking medical, just boring crap. Sorry, guys. So this is why I didn't want to let anybody know stuff, but I was naturally starting to lose weight and stuff because of the treatments and all the surgeries that, I was 220 pounds or 225 when I started this I was 225 last February, as in a year ago, February.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the surgeries. The surgeries are really the main thing that made me lose all the weight, because you just can't eat. So you can't drink either. That's the thing that really sucks, because I love beer. I'm not a drunk or anything, but I like beer, and I will not drink a near beer. I don't care what anybody says. There's not one that tastes like real beer. There's just not. I've tried them all. Anyway, let's go back to some baseball or something, or maybe somebody else wants to come on.
Yeah, well, no, I'm actually gonna have to shut down. It's
Okay, good.
1:18. I'm gonna get about 3.5 hours of sleep before I gotta go to work.
Well, I apologize for.
No, that's fine. We had a great conversation about baseball and stuff. It's great. I don't mind letting people come on. I want people to, share whatever their knowledge, but also get exposure to other people in the chat and try to get subscribers for everyone else, because I know
why don't you start doing kind of what Jimmy does? Do some interviews. Get you kind of a little script together, and
I like to be.
You just want to talk.
Just talk, and whatever happens. So I was on my last live. I was with our Posada cards in a car.
He won today on Donald's contest thing.
Well, so I'm on there with him, and I'm throwing the link out there, right? Hey guys, come on, join us. There's people there, right? There's people there, and someone finally dinged the thing, right? And I put him in the back room, and I'm like,
you froze up. I didn't.
Oh, so someone else wanted to join, and I put him in the back room, right backstage, and I'm like, who is 1610 or 1069, whatever the guy's just had 4-digit name?
Oh, was it a bot?
No, it was not a bot. So when I finally clicked him to let him in, all he had was a circle, like he didn't have a camera, but he had an icon, like a lion's head or something. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, you're, hey, you're on. Let's talk baseball, whatever. And then it was 2 guys spooning kind of, and I'm like, oh my god, they weren't really spooning. They were going a little bit further than that with no clothes. And I'm like, I'm now fumbling for the click them off, and they got literally 20 seconds.
Oh my god,
or more of some guys like.
What is wrong with people?
I know, right? And so I had, when I was done, Posada was there like, oh my god. He says the same thing happened to Donald Blumblom. I had to see that expression on your face. I did the same thing. I'm like, what? The Donald? So
I am just like,
I know.
somebody needs to be punched in the neck hard.
So
Wow.
I had to spend like literally when I got done, I had to go and make it private, so it wouldn't restream, even though it was near the end.
Right.
And I'm like, now I got to figure out how to edit this out. So I had to watch people's videos on how to edit that out of the live stream,
Yeah.
because the YouTube editor doesn't let you add anything, but thank God it lets you take stuff out. So I was able to take that out, and then I made it public again for all the conversations that we're having. It was just like a 20 to 30-second clip of this guy and his boyfriend, and I'm like, and I had to go to work the next day, so I made it private till I got home from work, and then I spent an hour or so watching a video trying to figure it out, and then I had to kind of get it down and try to make sure that I cut got all of it out, and
I would have contacted YouTube because they would have got their IP addresses. I'm sure they probably run VPN and they couldn't have, but they also have IDs that are attached that they can change their name all they want, but if they keep it as the same account, which they probably don't do that either, but
well,
I don't know.
my lesson learned from that is if I don't recognize your name and no one else knows you in the chat, you're not getting in.
Yeah,
You can't do it now. I mean,
I know. I watch Jimmy now, and it's like, I try to help moderate kind of in the background, just, deleting stupid comments that are, it's just, to me, it just seems like just some young, immature kids that are, oh, he said booby, something like that or something. He had was that last night, his last auction, that last break he did, he had a bunch. I mean, I don't know if, well, you got a blue wrench in there, so you could see did you see all of the stuff that was having to be retracted and then kicking them out, and then they just come back at different names? And then John gets them a lot too.
Yeah, John. Who else were you talking about before John?
Redbeard.
Oh yeah, but I don't think I have a wrench in Redbeard's. I maybe give it to everyone. He maybe did, but I don't hang around his too long.
Just to interrupt, your favorite nurse is here again, so I'm going to mute you so that she can't hear you say anything about her husband's cards.
Oh, how much I was offering?
Here, listen. Listen to an offer that he might give you. How many boxes do you think?
I have no idea.
More than 3, less than 3.
Oh, definitely more than 3.
And you're talking big, like paper boxes, right?
The big boxes.
Oh, what? Wait. Can she see your phone?
Here, hold on.
What's that?
I just want you to look at his. This is his studio.
Oh my goodness. That's what the boxes look like, though.
He's not even halfway through. He's got stuff in the house too.
That's wild.
Boom.
It's a borderline hoarding, but really, I don't have a problem. Oh, there's my cat. Like the cat.
You know what? He sorts everything. Wow. So it's but
I'm not OCD.
But he's not OCD.
Good idea for a TV show.
Look, now you know what she's doing. Now she's going to go home and she's going to be like, "Honey, we got to get these cards figured out. I think we can pay the house off."
Hey,
I'm excited. I'd probably hunt you down and let you know.
I wish you would. That'd be good content for my channel.
There you go. All right, listen. I'm gonna sign off because I got work in a couple hours. Thanks for being on, though. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Cornet Collections. Thank you for stopping in. But we're gonna shut it down. We've been going for a couple hours now. I think I got on here. Well, tell me at the end anyway. How long it's been streaming.
J Papa 1975, thank you for the comment about the Frank Thomas, Pete Rose on Major League Network interview. I'll go check that out.
Yes, right there, that one.
And I have a question. Last thing before we'll get out of here for the night. Who else thought that Pete Rose did one heck of a job when he was commentating the World Series?
He did good. He's a great baseball mind.
Oh my gosh, him and Alex Rodriguez, him and A-Rod like just bounced like it was like watching two pros just teach you. Like I don't know. I want him back. I want him commentating. He needs to be. He is ungodly
Yeah,
knowledgeable of. It seems like
he is.
every single player.
But he's got a big baseball mind too. He messed up and he tried to hide it, but he's
Yeah.
owning it now. He's owning it now, but it's already too late as far as the hardcore,
I
baseball
understand.
people are concerned.
I always say that I understand how you feel, but you're wrong. It's,
No, but so listen. I still think he belongs in the Hall of Fame, and I understand why they have him out. But I was more pro Pete being in until someone explained it to me this way: as a manager, he directly can affect the outcome of a game. For instance, is if it's a doubleheader. He bets money on game number one. He wastes all his resources as far as bullpen pitching and all that to win game one. Now game two comes around. He's got no one to come in to help win or save game two. I don't care about game two. I made all my money on game one. I
So-
never bet on my team to
but what
lose.
about this fact that they found in court? He had never bet on any games that he either managed or played in.
Well, again,
I mean, he could have. He had the opportunity to, but he didn't.
well, they say he. So I didn't hear this part about him in court that they said, because I heard he said he had never bet on his team to lose. That's what I heard.
Okay,
So-
maybe I misinterpreted it.
Yeah. But then there's the stories out of Philly where he had these teenage girls being brought to his room and stuff. I'm like, man, I never heard that.
I didn't
But
hear that
apparently
either.
people in Philly know about it. Some people, like, you can't hide everything. The only ones who know is his teammates. And I don't know if a good one we talked to is Lenny Dykstra, because he's such a wreck right now.
Hey, you guys,
But he might want to spill his guts.
TMZ is on right now talking about sports trading card boom forces PSA to suspend card grading services. It's on FS1 right now, TMZ Sports, which is usually I will never watch, but look at us. We're
They're just now getting the news. We found about this a week ago. People have been talking about
just a
they
week
suspended
ago.
it. They're just now making it news because there's nothing else to report.
Wow, they're like they're going into it extensively. I'm going to change the channel here in a second because it's TMZ. But all right, boom.
All right. Again, thanks.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's a great
for letting me on,
conversation.
and it gave me something to do because it's pretty damn boring in these hospitals.
I know it. Being in the hospital sucks.
Oh,
Whether you're
man.
in that bed or you're visiting, it
I
sucks.
would love to walk you guys right outside, right out this door. I turn to the right, and there's a whole freaking gym of equipment to exercise and stuff on, right up all along the windows. And it's like, it's like the freaking Taj Mahal in here, man.
Nice.
Bad thing is I can't use it right now, but I will as soon as whatever procedure, if they have to do one,
Right. Physical therapy.
it gets me out of here faster.
There you go.
All right.
Soon you're
Thank
up and
you.
walking around, the better.
Thank you again. I guess I just X out of here. I'll X out, let you finish it up. I'll watch you
Yep.
to the end, and I will talk to you guys soon. And hopefully I'll have a
Video coming.
some sort of video. I got content. I could be editing stuff, but I start editing, and then this pain medication gets
We
to
need
me.
to
I end up with my phone with slobber on it like this.
I come home from work and fall asleep in front of the TV all the time. I get the neck sore, my head's over the back of the chair, and my wife says, "Are you asleep?" I'm like, "Well, I was until you woke me up." Yeah. Well, why don't you go lay down in bed or lay down on the couch? I'm like, "Nah, I'm awake now. I'll just watch."
Yeah,
And I fall asleep watching videos, YouTube videos again.
that's what like these doctors, they come in, or nurses even, they'll come in and I'll just be out. I don't normally go to sleep till right around now, maybe a half hour from now, but they come in at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the first thing they do is they want to turn a light on.
Mm.
So I literally have a shirt that I keep next to the bed just to cover my eyes. But I get that exact question every single morning. Are you awake? Well, am I talking to you? Or I've actually laid here and just tried to pretend like I was still asleep. It doesn't work. They have to wake you up. So
I mean, you start snoring real loud.
Exactly. All right, guys.
All right.
Adios, amigos. Talk to you soon, and
All right.
see you even sooner.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Great
All right.
conversation.
Thank you, Boom. Hopefully we can do it again. Hopefully soon enough. I'll get my own software working and quit being so lazy about it.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
All right, guys. So there you go. We had a great conversation tonight. Long but great. A lot of good stuff, stories, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, don't be afraid, guys, when you see me on to click on that link and jump in. As long as you're not spooning with some other dude, it's okay. As long as your clothes are on, all right. Let's put it that way. As long as your clothes are on, we're good. But anyway, thanks everyone for stopping by tonight, and appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys. I don't know, tomorrow maybe. I don't know. Now I got to decide whether I'm going to go to work. I have to go to work. Yeah, I'm going to work. All right, Big Ray. Good night, and everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to help each other out, grow their channels by subscribing to everyone that you've seen here tonight. And heck, you know what I do? Sometimes I'll go into someone's YouTube homepage and I'll click on their subscribers, right? Their subscriptions, and brings down if it's public, it'll bring down all their people, and you can actually go through and pick out theirs and see who you are and are not subscribed to already, and subscribe that way. You get a lot of different channels that way, and yeah, you find out if you like them or not. But you know what? It costs absolutely zero. Let's do it this way: zero monetary value to just give someone a sub, and then follow the process, right? You watch a video, you like it, you subscribe, you comment, go back and watch a second video, comment, and it sticks. Click that notification bell if you want to get more notifications about other stuff, if you like their content. All right. And guys, just make it stick, because I know you guys feel the same thing I get when you get 2 or 3 subscribers and all of a sudden, boom, they're gone within a couple of days. You're like, wait, what happened? I just had, and now I'm down 3, 4, 5. Makes you think like they're after you, but it could be just people aren't following the process. Like, subscribe, comment, come back, watch another video. I usually watch a video 2 or 3 right then and there when I go to a channel to make sure that it sticks that time. Click the notification bell if I want to see more of their content. But guys, you know what? You may miss something. Maybe have a very nice video. I like it. I like when people put out videos of like their top 10 rookie cards or stuff like that. Like, oh, what's your top, your best all-star lineup from the 80s or whatever, or hold on. Ray from Philly is a guy who puts up like his PSA collections and stuff like that. Like Steve Carlton was one of his things that he put up, like from the 80s and 90s. Like he wanted to get one graded card of Steve Carlton, and then like Schmidt. So he's a Philly guy. He's Ray from Philly. What do you expect, right? And so, yeah, guys, just check each other out and just throw out the subscriptions. It costs you absolutely nothing. Constipated in Sin City, potato salad or macaroni salad. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, I'm done babbling now, guys. Again, thanks for stopping by, Big Ray, and everyone else. Feel free to click on the link and join me. I don't care. Listen, I paid for the program. I upgraded. I can go and have up to 10 people. It'd be very chaotic, I'm sure, but 3 or 4 people, no big deal. And I enjoy actually joining other people's streams too. The guy who got me hooked on this was probably Pepino Man. I saw his thing. I'm like, hey, that looks like fun. I'm going to get that program. Then I got invited into a couple of the streams, I'm like, hey, this is great. And it's been fun ever since. You guys, if you're not doing it, I think you don't know what you're missing. And what better way to get over the fear of public speaking, which a lot of people have that. It's natural. It's a natural fear of public speaking. But once you do it a couple times, it's really nothing. I was the shyest kid, growing up. Like I wouldn't even talk to girls, because I was just so shy. And now you can't get me to shut up. Can't get me to go to work either, though. Oh, there you go. Hold on. One last note coming from Big Ray himself. And smack that like button. Like your mama smacked your butt or the doctor smacked your butt when you were first born. How's that? I like that plate, Ray, too. That's a nice Mickey Mantle plate. All right. Good night, guys. Peace. Boom signing out. We'll see you. Oh, here we go. Joey Bell in the next one. Good night, guys. There you go. Trivia game. All right. Good night, guys.